less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Ritchway for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Ritchway, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
The City of Champions Professional Rodeo is headed to the Artesia Horse Council Arena at the Eddy County Fairgrounds June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Gates open at 5:30. The rodeo begins at 7 p.m. nightly. Enjoy front row family fun, a calf scramble for the kids, the rankest bulls and broncos on the circuit, as well as full concessions, food trucks, and New Mexico's own Blackhawk Brewery on site. Let's help them get a full house every night at the upcoming City of Champions Professional Rodeo, coming to the Artesia Horse Council Arena at the Eddy County Fairgrounds June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Gates open at 5:30. Rodeo starts at 7 p.m. nightly. Thank you to sponsors Tate Branch Auto Group, Kubota, Amigo Machinery in Roswell, and Benny's Western Wear in Artesia. Early bird tickets are only $10 and are available at Benny's Western Wear and Tate Branch in Artesia, as well as Kubota, Amigo Machinery in Roswell. Gate tickets will be $12, or you can buy them online by finding the ticket link on the City of Champions Professional Rodeo's Facebook page.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Well, down to 285 we go on this Thursday, and temperatures are going to be really toasty this afternoon at 107 degrees in Roswell, 104 in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 101 degrees in Hobbs and Lovington. Make sure you have plenty of liquids and water. Now, temperatures will drop slightly. 103 degrees for Roswell on Friday and 104 degrees in Carlsbad. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
June 6th, 1944.
Allied naval forces, supported by strong air forces, began landing Allied armies this morning on the northern coast of France.
The day freedom began the long march toward the defeat of tyranny.
Invasion of Normandy.
D-Day?
D-Day.
It's D-Day.
On the beaches of Normandy, this is D-Day.
Codenamed Operation Overlord.
We would honor the ones who didn't make it home.
Brave men dying on the beaches of Normandy.
Let us begin.
Kevin is here.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Sorry, I had the somber D-Day thing going in the background.
Oh, wow. I couldn't hear what was going on. So I'm sitting here, all is good. God bless America and God bless you on D-Day. Question. If something like World War II would happen today, we had young men ready to go to battle, and many of those young men, their families were new to America.
They were.
And they went and signed up to go fight for this country. I'm just wondering if it would be the same today.
I would venture a guess to no.
That is my guess. That is my guess.
Well,
which leads me to, what do we need to do to get that patriotism back?
Well, you remember shortly after the attack on New York and on 9/11, we had a surge of people entering the military.
That was more than 20 years ago.
Enlisting, yeah.
That was a whole generation ago.
I think a lot of things have changed.
I think they would still sign up.
No,
So
they've been taught for the last 20 plus years.
to hate American. The American flag is racist, and the military has changed. The military
You're
has
right
gone
about that.
woke.
Yep.
And, I had that discussion today with a young Filipino boy that's serving our military. So he went to America a year ago, just got through basic training in the Air Force. And he's putting a picture on his government issued backpack, and it's got the Filipino flag. And I said, so are you a member of the, my wife said I'm a ass. Are you a member of the Filipino military or the United States military? He said, well, I don't want to forget where I came from. Well, I don't want you to forget where you came from. But it's just kind of disingenuous. Did I say that right?
Disingenuous, yes.
Yeah, I haven't had any sleep
It's
in the
okay.
last day.
Okay.
That you would do something like that without the American flag. So anyway, I'm an ass, whatever. But I take those moments as learning moments to go, wait a second, this kind of offends me. America's footing the bill for everything for you, and who you fighting for, and is that a problem in itself?
Yes, it is.
I say it is. I say you need to be all in. But that's just me. So,
well, and
Tom,
like I said, our kids have been taught to actually hate this country.
Yeah, that you're 100% right.
What are you going to ask me, B?
So, got off the air last night, packed up the studio.
Right.
Got to bed. The wife wakes up. She says, we're leaving at 3:30. Like 3:30 this morning or 3:30 in the afternoon?
Right.
3:30 this morning. I got to be back because I'm on the committee for the beach party. I go, yeah, but that's in the afternoon. No, I need to be back in the morning. So I went to bed at 1, got up at 3:30. Didn't sleep in the car because I got a crazy driver. And got home, put the studio back together, went to the gym, went to the beach for about an hour, swam a little bit, ate, came home, hoping to sleep, but they got my road outside my house completely, all the concrete torn up, and all I hear, beep, 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 boom, 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 boom. They're breaking up all the concrete.
Right.
So, God bless America. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Isn't that what they say? We'll get it done.
That's the line from Roadhouse, the original.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. And the wife stayed the entire day at the beach, and she came home and was a little toasty, and she's sleeping, so I had to go get my own food and feed the animals. So I was kind of sweating them. Question of the day this morning. You want to talk about D-Day? We can do that. We can also talk about what's the most embarrassing reason you ever went to the ER.
Oh, let's do that one. Because most
most
of our listeners weren't born yet for D-Day.
Yeah. Most embarrassing reason you had to go to the ER. We'll start with Tom.
I don't remember nothing.
You don't remember anything? So do you need me to refresh your memory?
I know where you're going.
Please.
But I did have to go that day because I got stopped up.
This is about the most embarrassing moment.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, well, that was pretty embarrassing. You know, he went like 4 years without eating any vegetables, and the Allsup's burritos caught up with him, and he was what they call compacted in the business. And it was not pretty.
They give you some of those little chocolate bars that help you.
I don't know what they gave me, but it was.
Yeah.
Or did they give you that drink that you have to drink that really just clears you out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing, especially if you eat right, Usually that takes care of itself, but God bless you. Blake, what is your most embarrassing moment that got you to the ER?
Probably over this last weekend, actually, when I almost cut my toes off. Yeah, because I was in my room, and I told the story, but I collect antique tools, and I use them, hand tools. But I had some saws that they were on the floor. They were upright, but they had tilted to the side.
Right.
I was turning to do some stuff, and lost my balance, and then stepped with my foot. And in the motion of stepping, raked across one of the saws. Well, it almost cut off my last 2 toes on my right foot. And I didn't have any surgical glue at the house. And I know from former medic training that you can't put stitches on the underside of your toes.
No.
And so we had to go to the ER here in Lovington for that. And that was a little embarrassing that I stepped on a saw blade.
Just imagine if it would have been on, dude.
It's a handsaw, Tom.
Off with it.
It's a handsaw.
Oh, you didn't say handsaw.
Do you understand what a handsaw is?
Yeah. It's a hacksaw.
No, it's a handsaw.
That same thing?
No.
Oh.
Hacksaw is for
it's
metal.
Like a manual saw.
Oh.
It's manual. Like you do the work.
Well, that was dumb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a little embarrassing because I was getting ready to hang them up on the wall anyway. But I just had them in that place, and just freak accident happened.
When I had my stroke, that was kind of embarrassing. And by the time EMS got I was like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. I don't need to go to the hospital. You do not have to airlift me. And then once we got to the hospital, they're bringing in speech therapists, and I'm going, and physical therapists. I'm like, you want me to do like 20 push-ups for you right now?
Talk about the doctor bill. Yeah.
I'm good. Well, that was embarrassing too. That was very embarrassing. So I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost 10 pounds in the last 3 weeks. The only difference is my testosterone intake. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But I'm down to 172 pounds. I don't know what's going on. So what would that make me, Tom? A middleweight?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is that middleweight?
Atheist Pride Day going on today. God bless you. D-Day. Drive-In Movie Day. Applesauce Cake Day. National Eyewear Day. National Gardening Exercise Day. I always like when it's nude gardening day. National.
That depends on your neighbors.
Yeah. But especially if it's like cactus gardening nude day. High Expectations Day. Hunger Awareness Day. Moonshine Day.
That would be an embarrassing trip to the ER.
Oh, yes. Can you imagine if I asked Richard Gere what was the most embarrassing trip to the ER?
Oh, man.
Delta passenger captured the shocking moment. A panel became dislodged from the ceiling of the airplane and during a flight from Honolulu to Minnesota. Panel somehow came crashing down faster than the average aircrafts these days. MSN reports the panel became dislodged during the landing of the plane, the Boeing 767-300.
Huh. And it was the whole panel, too. It was
the whole panel.
It was like all the vents and everything.
Yeah. Just remember that before you board a Boeing, you must pack your bags, clean your house, and fill out your last will and testament.
Well, and yesterday, Boeing launched that Starliner to go to space.
Yeah.
They can't get to Cleveland. You think that they should be going to space?
Who the hell wants to go to space with Boeing? It's a one-way trip. All right, quick check on the weather this morning being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Largest selection of RVs around. They've got toy haulers. They've got the big ones, the fifth wheels, and the ultralights, and everything in between. MaineTrailerSales8.com. That's where you can go and take the virtual tour. Every unit on the lot, new and pre-owned. Look, these folks have been in business now close to 70 years. You do not stay in business treating people the wrong way. They treat people the right way every day, every customer. Service after the sale, great pricing, and they're awesome people. Give them a call, 575-622-1751, MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Hot day today, up to 101, 72, and a chance of maybe some isolated showers tonight. Hot tomorrow, getting up to 100. I see 101 on Saturday, and maybe a shower or two coming up Saturday night into Sunday. 5-day forecast. Check it out, W105radio.com. Weather this morning being brought to you by WWRV, 3 RV parks and 1. You can find them in Carlsbad. They have over 162 RV hookups, 30 and 50 amps available. And with these guys, one low price, all your utilities, including high-speed internet. And that's wired right to your hookup. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. If you're looking for a quiet place to park your RV while you're working around Carlsbad, go to the website, WWRV3.com, 988-0392. Tom on the text, 620.
All right, so this texter is asking, how about gerbil gear? Is that what he meant the emergency room for?
Yes. That's what I was talking about.
Yes. And Kevin, this texter is saying, is it a cognitive decline, but that you got going on is causing you to lose weight, says the text.
Yeah, I'm sure that has one thing to do with the other. If that was the case, why isn't Tom like at Ethiopian weight?
I hadn't there. 272. And mine
only 250 pounds to go.
There you go. And mine was back when I was a kid. This text is saying probably the 3rd or 4th grade. I stuck a penny in my nose and had to go to the ER and get it removed. Says this one texter.
Sticking things up the nose and having it removed are one of the most common calls for an ambulance.
Yeah, exactly. And B, what are your symptoms while you were having a stroke? This one Mario from Lovington is asking this morning.
For me, it's just I couldn't read, and a lot of people were on the air had started texting and said, "Dude, you're sounding like Tom this morning." And no, I made that part up. You guys were in the studio at the time.
Yeah, right. I remember you were like, right.
I became lightheaded, lethargic. Right. I was looking at the copy, but I couldn't read it. And thank God I memorized all these. And so I did it. We went into break, and I remember I told Blake, I got to go. Something is not right. And I went to the house, and you got to remember, my wife at the time had just found out that she was going to have to put her son in the rehab. Mm-hmm. And so she had that. And so I go home, and I say, something ain't right. And she said, just sit down on the couch for a little while and see. Well, I sat on the couch, and then I got up to go. I said, I'm going to go to the hospital. Something serious is not right. And I went out to my car. She came out. I couldn't figure out how to start my car. And so I went back inside. She called 911. The rest is history. So, but that, for me, that's how it began. Yeah. Tom?
Joe Biden doesn't deserve to step on a foot on Normandy, says this one texter.
Well, he's there.
Yeah, that's probably in reference to that. It's live right now in France.
Yeah.
The French president and Joe Biden are honoring World War II vets.
And one more text. It appears that plus or minus 80 of Lee County does not deserve to care about our future, says the text.
It doesn't say deserve.
I'm looking at it.
Said the texter.
By the way, it appears plus or minus 80% of Lee County do not care about our future.
Right.
Where's the deserve? By the way, who run that Senate race with Mayor Ruidoso? You got those results yet?
I don't know what in the mayor. So,
do you have the results, Tom?
Did.
You were supposed to have the results.
Yeah, damn sure did. All right, 623, B on the Breakfast Club. New report coming out says President Biden has shown signs of poor cognitive performance in private meetings with congressional lawmakers. At one point, it has become crystal clear that this guy has gone from being the POTUS to potato. Yeah.
Yes.
And many doctors, including Ronnie Jackson and Rand Paul, said something ain't right. And I think they know what ain't right. Eric Anderson, actor, star of Friday the 13th, died from his battle with cancer. He was 67 years of age. And changes at Spirit Airline, they're upping the weight limit on bags to 50 pounds and extending the validation of flight credits to 12 months. Just a couple changes that they made. And Jennifer Aniston is going to produce a remake of 9 to 5. Dolly Parton said she would love to make an appearance in the film.
Huh.
So Jennifer Aniston is going to direct the film.
Okay.
D-Day today, we talked about that. Joe Biden is there. And 80 years ago today, 73 courageous American soldiers stormed the shores of Normandy and charging forward through all odds.
Yep.
And, you know, the intestinal fortitude to do that, but there was also they were trying to fake the Germans out at one point, that they were going to attack here, so they were trying to set that up. And those people also, that they did their job also. So God bless all of them. And there aren't many World War II vets that are still with us. How old is the average World War II vet now?
They're right at 100.
Yeah.
Or, like 101, I think.
Really?
Some of those Americans that were there today might not be there next year.
No.
Now, Blake, you observed today that many of those people, many of our heroes from World War II, moved better than Joe Biden.
They did. So there were several. They have them all in wheelchairs, and then they stand up as each one is done, so they don't have to stand there the whole time. But there were several of them that stood up faster and with more dexterity than our president stepped forward to shake their hand or touch them on the face, which was kind of strange. But
yeah,
that's weird.
That's weird.
I'm going to be honest. I don't want another man touching my face.
Well, and the French president did the French thing and does the kiss on the cheek on both sides,
yeah,
right?
I don't want that either.
No, but Joe Biden, on several occasions, stepped forward and he put his hand up to the person's cheek and then stepped back.
What the hell is that about?
Who knows?
Is that praising him or what? In a way or what?
Well, I mean, he went to shake the hand, and, of course, that's just gripping the hand. That's no shake involved. It's just a grip. And then he touched their face, and I was like, that's weird.
I don't know where your hand's been.
No.
That's just me. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Exceptional service. If you've had some issues with your roof, or maybe the siding got beat up with that hail that came down last week, give them a call. Let them go check it out. Look, they do metal roofs. They do shingle roofs. They can take care of your siding, metal buildings. They can do the seamless gutters and just a lot of other things that they do. They give a great customer service, and they do what they say they're going to do. They say they're going to be there on Monday. They're there on Monday. And they finish the job in a timely manner, and then they come back and inspect their work to make sure it's up to their expectations. Check them out today, Seminole Siding and Construction.com, 575-391-1430. Tweet of the day coming up in a second. Tom, we've got the price of oil on the way in just a second. And it looks like New Mexico State Police was requested by the Ruidoso Police Department responding to a head-on collision on Meacham Drive. The initial investigation indicated that a 2020 Dodge Ram truck driven by Jaden Wyatt Moe, 20 years old of Nogales, was traveling north on Meacham, and a 2002 Subaru passenger car driven by George Fitzbond, 46 years old of Ruidoso, was traveling south on Meacham. The Dodge Ram crossed the center line into the opposing traffic, struck the Subaru head-on, and Mr. Fitzbond suffered fatal injuries in that collision and was pronounced dead at the scene, according to the medical investigation team. State police determined that Moe was driving his vehicle under the influence of alcohol after being treated with minor injuries. He was booked into the Lincoln County Detention Center, charged with DUI, resulting in great bodily harm or death. State Police, Uniform Bureau investigating this. That's pretty much all we have at this point. Mr. Fitzbom's thoughts and prayers going out to the family. All right, we're going to get to the governor and the president put out a statement yesterday that was pretty much identical, dealing with birth control. Or
it's part of the
birth
playbook.
Control, or is it abortion?
It's abortion. It's about killing babies.
Yeah. I mean, but they want to try to pass it as being something.
Well,
different.
that's the same way they call it reproductive health care.
Yeah.
It's not health care for anyone.
No, I mean, but reproductive means that you're reproducing.
Right.
What you're doing is eliminating.
Correct.
It should be called eliminating care.
Well, and they say that they're saving a life. Which one? Because they're ending one.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like Hunter Biden's ex-girlfriend, Zoe, testified yesterday. There is so much information that came out in that trial.
Oh, man.
That Congress has said they are filing paperwork against Jim Biden and Hunter Biden.
Yep.
Because there is so much info in that. And now that we know it's Hunter Biden's website, but his girlfriend said that he was so addicted to crack that he would smoke crack every 20 minutes.
My goodness.
Every 20 minutes. And that he would have crack dealers delivering him crack day and night at the Four Seasons in New York. Maybe Alvin Bragg. I mean, that's his city. That's his city. New York is his city. Maybe he can, maybe some charges. Maybe.
Good luck.
It was so bad that he had given his bank account information to crack dealers so that they would have it. So when he called and had no money, they could just wire the money out of his account. Who gives their routing number and account to crack dealers?
Well, Hunter Biden.
Wow. Great news report.
Wait. You missed another big thing. The missing gun that he said he threw away,
right,
showed up in court yesterday, too.
Oh, well,
yeah.
How'd that happen?
Hello. Right.
Yeah.
Did Secret Service go pick it up? Or
I don't know. I didn't see that part of the story of how it happened. I just saw that it happened, that they have the gun, the missing gun.
By the way, I follow somebody on X that is listing all the email correspondence that have been put into evidence in this trial. And man, I mean, he's talking to the crack dealers, prostitutes, and all. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. But I will say this: I think he's going to get off. And I'll play that cut coming up in a second.
It was the police and the FBI and the Secret Service that all had.
So Jesse Waters looked at Hunter Biden's jurors, and they're either recovering alcoholics, drug addicts, or have somebody in their family that's been battling
Riffraff.
disease.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying riffraff, Tom. There are good people that are addicted. So, I mean, who are you to judge when you're addicted to food?
You got to eat.
You don't have to abuse yourself.
I don't.
That's just ugly, Tom. I know people. I'm one of the. Would you call me riffraff?
Yeah.
Because you would call me riffraff?
Yeah,
Not to my face.
I
am a recovering.
What are you?
Drug guy? Addict when it came to pain medication. I beat it. Thank God. God's grace. Back in the day, doctors were giving me 275 hydrocodones, over 150 Percocets after my first neck injury, and Stadol nose spray. It didn't take long to get addicted to it. I'm just saying. So, I'm not riffraff. Some of the best people in the world can come back from something bad. You ought to try it. Pretty good. Riffraff.
Well, that's where you were going.
No, that's not where I was going.
Just that some of these jurors, like whatever.
You're trying to put words in my mouth now? The way I was going was, I don't think they're going to, I think they have too much compassion because they are recovering themselves. That's where I was going.
Well, they want that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. All right, great news for Donald Trump. Georgia court puts a pause on the Fani Willis sweeping election case against Donald Trump. It was not good news for Fani.
You know it wasn't.
It was not good news for Fani. Basketball size hail. I called BS.
Right.
Blake, did you call BS?
I did.
Yeah, I called BS. Storm trackers in Texas recovered a massive hailstone that they say has now set a new record.
Told you.
It was pineapple size.
Pineapple size hail.
I still
that
call,
is the new record.
I still call BS on the basketball.
Yeah. Basketball, no.
I'm going to go to my banker today and have her send me the picture of that.
I'm just telling you, this is the record in Texas. By the way, the record in the United States is 11 inches. Hailed 11 inches, and this thing weighed about 2 pounds.
Wow.
In South Dakota, back way a long time ago. But Texas, they said about 7 inches. 6.4 inches was the record before that. So I called BS, and I'll stick with the BS.
Right.
I have to stick with it. All right, 6:37. Tweet of the day coming up next. Joe Biden. We'll talk about the laptop on the tweet of the day. I got lots of stuff to get to. Have you heard the Dr. Fauci tapes?
No.
The leak tapes? You didn't hear about them?
No. I mean, I listened to some of the testimony from
they
people.
that was part of the evidence. So I'll get to that. And the embassy attacked in Beirut. Yeah, and not a whole bunch of information coming out on that. Not a whole bunch at all. All right, let's get to the tweet of the day this morning, being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia, serving up breakfast right now, and it is a awesome breakfast. Big portions, too. You like burritos? Pick one up. Call in advance. They have platters. You can get those to go also. By the way, if you want to say thank you to the men and women that work in your office or on location, not a problem. Call in advance. They can prepare it. You pick it up, bring it out to them. 575-736-2573. And don't forget, for lunch, they have awesome menu items and barbecue. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. Proud sponsor this morning of the tweet of the day. Joe Biden tried to blame the laptop on Donald Trump and the Russians.
Yep.
You remember that, Tom?
I remember.
Yeah, a lot of top Democrats are all like, "Oh, that's Russian propaganda."
No, not even just Democrats. There were some former attorney generals and FBI agents, and here's some of what Joe Biden said leading up to the election in 2020.
50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan. They have said that this has all the 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage.
This is classic Trump. We have 4 days left, and all of a sudden there's a laptop. There's overwhelming evidence that from the intelligence community that the Russians are engaged.
I still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation at a smear campaign, like you said.
Yes. I know you'd ask it. I have no response. It's another smear campaign. It's the last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. The vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all.
And just please remember, there wasn't just one laptop. There was 2 laptops that Hunter Biden brought and then forgot. I mean, do you understand a MacBook? How much a MacBook costs?
Oh, yeah. My recent one was a little over $3,000.
About it? That's crazy. That's nuts. All right, we're going to get to we'll get to the thought for the day. We'll talk about that injury that happened in Albuquerque during a gas leak explosion. Call of Duty, the video game, they've got a brand new theme. Can't wait to tell that story. And an Odessa man takes a EMS unit on a joyride.
Oh, my goodness. I have a laptop question for you, actually.
Yeah.
Should all those people who said that was Russian propaganda, the people that were involved in the FBI or DOJ or any of those folks, should they have their security clearance removed?
Well, be prepared, because that is my take it out the trash.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was going to talk about. Because yes, the answer is yes. They should. They lied. They either lied or they were ignorant and just went along with the lie, which is just as worse.
Right.
Or maybe they're riffraff. By the way, code word for Tom, and I didn't use it. I should have used it. Orale Pepe. It's like let's go, Brandon. So go ahead, Tom. Say it again. Oh, riffraff? Go ahead.
Riffraff.
Orale Pepe. I think that could be good. I think it might work.
I wonder how many texts that we will
19 minutes
get
away
with that.
from 7.
I wonder how many texters will go ahead and text that in. Odele Pepe.
Odele Pepe. So, all right, price of oil on the way. I'm going to get to the Leak Fauci tapes, the embassy in Beirut, and the View talks about the border, because nobody knows about the border more than the people on the View. Count on it. Tom? Tom?
Yes. All right.
Tom? Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm in recovery now, and I've met some of the best people I've ever met in my life. It takes courage to admit you have a problem and step up to fix it. And
Amen.
Maybe Tom should grow a pair and get his butt in Overeaters Anonymous instead of running down people that changed their life, says the texter. I don't need no counseling. I don't need to know.
How about English lessons?
Said the biggest addict ever.
Never done drugs. I don't drink. I don't toke.
You don't need drugs. Your drugs are food.
No, you gotta stay alive to have food. But I will tell you this. After my doctor's visits, I have totally changed my diet.
I've heard it before.
Okay.
I've heard
so
it before.
What is your diet now?
Apple a day. I bring it with me to work, and water.
That's all you eat is an apple and water
for breakfast.
What about a diet is more than a diet is how you eat.
Yeah, and then at lunch I'll have ham or some type of protein.
Processed food.
No more processed food.
What do you think ham is, Tom?
Well, real ham.
Okay, what do you have for snacks?
Chicharrones.
And what do you have for dinner?
dinner I'll have chicken or steak or whatever. Have an air filter.
Wonder why
Did you hear any vegetables in there?
No vegetables.
Well, veg. I'll do some Brussels sprouts, onions.
Look. I have been told this lie for 20 plus years.
No, for real.
I'm not buying it until I see it.
Doctor said I had to do it, so I'm doing it.
The doctor's been telling you that for 20 years.
And I lost 12 pounds, so.
Yeah, sure you have. All right, Price of Oil this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Spinnaker, Oil Fill Cementers, and Cud Energy Services. Get in touch with them today. They are currently hiring. They're looking, they have a program, a training program, service supervisor training program, must have a CDL. They are hiring for that position. They're also hiring diesel mechanics, electric technicians. The equipment operators must have a CDL for that position and experienced pressure pump hands. Apply today. All you got to do is apply at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text oilfield to 63566. Equal opportunity employer. Drug-free employer, and don't forget, housing is available if you need it. 645, Tom.
All right, and Mama Bear said, by the way, Rocket's down to 238 pounds. She said.
Get her done, brother.
So
she corrected that. She said, sorry, 248.
Oh, now it's
still
248.
Congratulations.
Well, I ain't too far from him. I mean, and I've been.
What did you say you were at?
272.
That's a long way from 248.
It's in the neighborhood.
No,
not even close.
And you got to stay alive to have food. Laugh out loud. Says this one texter.
That's what you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another texter. Old douchebag B is at it again today. Says the texter.
Yeah.
He's skipping all the ones that said overlay Pepe.
Wait. Holding people accountable, B. Yeah.
Right. And B, you are a riffraff. Says another texter.
I'm a riffraff.
Like I said, he's skipping.
I mean, you call me a coon ass and I'm not offended. You can call me a coon ass all day. I'm not offended. I ain't no riffraff. I ain't no trailer trash. You can call me redneck. I'm good with that.
And dang, Tom, you're a total dumb
that
ass.
Are recovering, are fighting to change their lives. They're not riffraff.
No.
They're trying.
They're doing one of the hardest things that you can do.
Yes. So I'm going to stand up for you guys, no matter if Tom calls you riffraff or not.
And one more text. My dad helped storm Normandy. He would have been 100 years old this Sunday.
Thank you posthumously to your father. That was the greatest generation, and they earned that title.
Was.
They earned that.
God bless. God bless. All right, 646. We're going to get to Fauci coming up next, the leak tape. Dr. Fauci. We'll get to that up next. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. 35 years serving southeast New Mexico. 35 plus years. It's probably closer to the 40 years now. Dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you, delivering oil and gas products and interstate batteries out in the patch. On-road, off-road, they'll go out there and deliver to you. Follow them on Facebook. They're also at wakefieldoil.com for more information. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. My thought for the day is simple this morning. It's short. It's cheaper to deport than support.
Amen.
It's my thought for the day this morning. All right, 647. One person injured after a gas leak in northeast Albuquerque. New Mexico Gas Company is working to restore service to residents due to a gas leak that injured one person when the gas leak ignited before they brought it under control. Albuquerque Fire and Rescue said the local company struck the gas line while digging. Fire department contained the fire as soon as it started. 6 houses were evacuated from that area, and that evacuation has since been lifted. A total of 32 homes are without gas today. You play Call of Duty? If you do, Pride Month, Pride theme, guns, and camo available. So Call of Duty game, Yeah, they now Pride Month apparel.
Wouldn't that make you stand out in that game? If you had a rainbow colored camo, aren't you going to stand out?
I would think you would. And yeah.
And I mean in a not in a pride way, but in a like, oh look, there's a target, shoot it way.
Right. So some people are upset. I mean, if you play Call of Duty, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be hard to hide as a sniper wearing that.
It is. It definitely will be. EMS unit stolen by a man in Odessa. Took it on a joyride. He stole it from the medical center hospital. According to the PD in Odessa, Michael Porter stole the EMS unit about 5:30 in the afternoon, went on the joyride, and was caught about 6 p.m. Didn't get that far either. By the way, his bond has been set for $60,000.
Kind of an identifiable vehicle.
You think? Yeah, he didn't get far. All right, Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci leaked tapes. This was actually admitted to Congress. Dr. Fauci talking about, people are going to submit. When you make it that you're going to take things away from them, they'll submit. Listen to what he had to say.
People feel empowered and protected legally. You are going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated. Yeah. Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological and they get vaccinated.
That's exactly what you meant.
Yeah. So, yeah, that happened in the investigation. Dr. Fauci.
Evil.
And by the way, he made up the whole thing about 6 feet.
Yes. He said
social
there was
distancing.
no science behind it.
Made the whole damn thing up. No science. Well, wait, I thought he was science.
Well, he said he was.
Yeah, here's a report about the embassy in Beirut was under attack.
One of the shooters was killed and another gunman, a Syrian national, was shot and captured. A third is still on the loose. The U.S. Embassy in Beirut posting on social media that their team is safe and investigations are underway alongside Lebanese law enforcement.
You know what's surprising? You don't hear about that story.
No.
You seen it on any of the sites?
I heard it late yesterday evening, and then I couldn't find it again when I was looking for it.
Yeah. And do you know how many times that happens to me? That I see a story, I go back to me. Well, we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
I go back to look for it, and it's gone. That's why a lot of times, if I see it, I share it to my Facebook or share it to Twitter. That way, later on, I can go back and fetch it because it's gone. The View talking about the border. Joe Biden making some advances with the border.
Our border experts.
Yeah, he's the border. I mean, the View are they're
the experts.
Yeah. It ranks as the top issue for voters, and I think a lot of folks think, it's a border state issue, doesn't really affect us. So in New York City, this was interesting. Hotel prices have gone up because 15% of hotels are housing migrants in New York City. So there are real impacts that we have. He's got 5 months to prove that he can help solve this process, and I would say this. Joe Biden can't live in fear of his left wing or he's going to lose.
Well, and that is the problem. The left wing is upset that he's actually saying he's shutting the border down.
Oh, yeah.
So not everybody on the Democratic side is happy about this. We have had an uptick in the amount of people coming across from the Middle East. California. Here's a report from Fox yesterday.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Why'd you come to Egypt? Why'd you come to America?
For a job.
For a job?
Yeah.
You know it's illegal to cross the border like this, right?
Yeah.
You don't care?
Yes, I'm okay.
Hi, guys. Where are you guys from?
Egypt.
What country? Egypt?
Egypt.
Where are you from? What country?
I am from Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
All Turkey?
Kurdish. Yeah. America. I love America. I love you. I love you, America.
Where are you from?
From Egypt. Egypt.
Egypt.
I love
Okay.
America.
Egypt. Guys, we got some pretty stunning data from our CBP contacts. Since October 1st here in San Diego sectors, there's been about 260,000 illegal immigrants apprehended by Border Patrol. We're told of that number, 78% of them have been released into the United States. And we're told that's primarily because a lot of the people crossing here are coming from countries where it is very difficult to deport people. They're not afraid of deportation. You heard that Jordanian guy tell me when I asked him, you don't care about crossing illegally? He says, yes, I don't care.
What I don't get is like the folks from China. They say, well, we don't have an agreement with them to send them back.
Just
Who needs an agreement?
Just contact the Chinese government. They'll bring them back.
Well, I mean, how about just buying them a one-way ticket?
Yeah.
I mean, is that really that difficult? I mean, can't you think outside the box?
No. They don't want to.
Yeah, well, thank you. Mayorkas finally did tell the truth. Their goal is not to stop illegals from coming across. This executive order, the goal was not to stop people.
No.
He admits it in this soundbite.
Our goal is to drive people who seek and need humanitarian relief into the lawful, safe, and orderly pathways that we have built.
The goal was not to stop people.
No.
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 His goal is to send them through the path that they say is going to help, and it's not going to help. None of this.
No. Did you see Fetterman? On
Fetterman
CNN?
is done. You know, Fetterman actually is making sense now. And you know what? And I'm not making fun of this. I don't want to be. I don't want to be like Tom. You know, sometimes when people have mental issues and they have shock treatment, it can actually fix what happened. It can turn things around. And I think after his shock treatment, he's not a progressive anymore.
No, I think he's moderate.
Yeah, he's definitely a moderate. Greg Abbott talked about the border executive order from Joe Biden.
So what Biden announced today is nothing more than gaslighting his fellow Americans, because there is nothing in the announcement today that actually shows any enforcement of any immigration law that denies illegal entry into the country. He talks about trying to have this asylum process and changing the rules that actually will allow more people in. What Biden did today was actually entice more people to come to our border, to increase illegal immigration, not to stop it. He's not using any tool or strategy to deny illegal immigration. Sean, importantly, there are 3 laws that exist that Biden is not enforcing. One is to deny illegal entry. The other is to detain illegal immigrants who do make it here. The third is to build border barriers. He's choosing not to do any of that. Instead, he's had open border policies that have led to more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country.
So, and now with 5 months to the election, he wants to try something different.
Well, yeah, because that's the number
of
one
polling
issue.
numbers.
Right.
Yes. It's not that that's what he wants to do. All right, sound bites on the way. Trump was on Sean Hannity. Trump talked about COVID 2024. Could COVID restrictions be on the way back?
I don't know. Not with this Fauci testimony.
Yeah. And Bill Barr, who didn't even like Trump. Yeah, talks about this Trump trial. So we'll get to that coming up in a second. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main and Roswell. Over 1,000 firearms in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about getting personal protection, get in there. They have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Great staff, good people, lots of ammo, huge selection of guns. Always closed Saturday and open on Sunday. 1907 North Main and Roswell. My friends at Zia Guns. Check them out today. Tom on the text.
All right, later down the road, we will find out the truth about the immigrant, says the texter, coming over here and coming down to the USA, getting more money for each head that came over illegally. But for now, it's something just to talk about, says this one text. And good morning, guys. This is John from Eunice. It's funny that Mr. Fauci, my thoughts are ideological bull butter, but his thoughts are science. Screw him and his science. His science was about control. That's all that COVID was about, says John. Was a damn test to run to see how they could get the sheep to do their bidding, says John from Eunice.
True.
Yeah.
And I said it from the beginning. They're seeing how far they can push people and what they will do.
Right. And the American flag is my pride flag, says Joe from Hobbs. Amen to that. You know, I had 2 uncles in Normandy. My dad was in the South Pacific. This text is saying this morning. Thank you for the
different generation.
Amen to that.
Wow.
And good morning, guys. My grandfather in Fort Sumner, New Mexico, was part of the invasion of Normandy. R.T. Senna would be 102 years old today. And you're right.
We owe that whole generation of a great debt.
Great gratitude. B.
One more I got for you, Tom, because you're not going to read it.
Okay.
Tom, how many lives did food save on My 600-Pound Life show?
I don't know. How many?
None, because they all ate too much.
Okay. I don't have a problem with that, guys. I don't know why you all, for years.
One more that you kept skipping to. Tom, you can change your life.
That's what the drug addict says.
Tom, you can change your life, buddy. It's never too late,
done it before,
but it actually takes effort, not making excuses. One step at a time. However, it's the hardest steps you'll ever
When
take.
I went to Roswell, it was 403.
Says the texter.
When I went to Ruidosa, back here was 287.
In the past.
How long ago was that, Tom?
And by the way,
3-4
that
years ago.
whole story, I was around. He did lose weight, but it's not like, you were still obese.
Well, in what's the definition of obese?
All right, let's move on.
I'll move on. New York, New Mexico congressional race is heating up, gaining national attention. Congressional District 2.
Yep.
Democrat Representative Gabe Vasquez facing off against Yvette Herrell. She was on with us on Tuesday. All the experts that are covering this Congress stuff over the course of a long period of time say that this is going to be a very tight race again. It's going to get very ugly, according to Gabe Sanchez, a professor at the University of New Mexico.
Well, because we're already pointing out all the criminal things that Gabe Vasquez did.
Yeah. That seat is flipped. Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. There hasn't been one person in that seat for 2 terms consecutively for going back to Steve Pearson's days.
Yep, that was last one.
So they said this is going to be one of the hotly contested races, and Trump has already given his endorsement to Yvette Herrell.
Right.
I'm sure Biden will endorse Gabe because he is one of those guys that carries the water for the progressive liberals, for sure. New Mexico State Police recently took part in a national campaign encouraging people to use seatbelts. And between May 20th through June 2nd, New Mexico State Police issued 370 citations.
Whoa.
Made 6 arrests for other safety concerns.
Wow.
I have never liked the idea of the government telling me I have to wear a seatbelt. I mean, it might be for my best.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the government telling me I have to do it. For years, you didn't have to do it. You wanted to do it, you did it.
Well, and I'm on both sides of this fence. Riding the ambulance, I've seen lots of bad things happen when people don't wear seatbelts. But at the same time, when I was 2 years old, I was standing in the front seat. My mom was hit by a bus.
Oh.
I was literally knocked out of my shoes from the front seat to the back seat.
Wow.
And had I been wearing a seatbelt, I would have been cut in half by the door. So I'm kind of on both sides.
I also, in Louisiana, saw a car go into the bayou and drown because of the seatbelts.
Yep.
So that of course, that's not going to happen in New Mexico.
Well, in our car, I always have seatbelt cutters, right, on both sides. I mean, because that way you can get out of the seatbelt.
Yeah. Tom, how many dogs bit postal employees in New Mexico in 2023?
I'm going to say about 1,000.
1,000?
No, I bet it's
more than that.
No, probably around 100.
45.
45 dogs.
Yeah, 45 dog bites to postal employees. In 2022, that number was only 24. And so that's a significant jump. By the way, across the United States, about 5,800 dog bites to postal workers.
Well, and it's one of the reasons, aside from efficiency, that the post office tries to make sure that mailboxes are at the curb or community box, like you just said, instead of postal workers walking up to your door to put the mail in your box in there.
Right.
That's
I'm wondering how much that happens to FedEx workers and UPS workers, because they're actually going to the porch.
They just stand at the back and throw it.
Well, I know my buddy Chris is listening. Hey, Chris, because he does that.
Yeah.
How many times?
And Chris would do that. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Let us know, will you? Call us 1-877-396-9105.
Text us.
Or text.
Looks like Chuck Schumer hit the nail on the head, according to Governor Michelle Lujan Gresham. She took to X yesterday saying Chuck was on the floor of the Senate and said the MAGA Republicans continue to block the protection for access to contraceptives in some states like Virginia, Nevada, and Arizona. And that protection should be covered under federal law.
Now, I have a question here real quick. If this was somebody on the opposite side, the governor would be saying, he's a man, he can't talk about it.
Right, yes.
So how come Chuck Schumer
my
can
body,
talk
my
about
choice.
it? How come Chuck can talk about it? He's a man.
Well, and the other thing is, this is not contraceptive. Contraceptive is to prevent. You know, a prophylactic could be contraceptive. It prevents pregnancy. What you're doing is not contraception. What you're doing is eliminating a baby, feces.
You are.
I mean, not feces.
You are ending a life.
Yes. So how can you even call it contraception?
Well,
and by the way, the Democrats do one thing really well. They stay on the same page.
They do.
Joe Biden also went to Twitter, and you can look at this, and it's almost word for word.
Well, it probably came out of the Central Committee.
Well, I'm sure it did. Nearly 2/3 of incumbent state lawmakers face challengers in the New Mexico primaries. That is actually a good thing. More people involved in politics is a good thing. I have another story that's coming up where we have gotten more progressive because we lost moderate Democrats and progressive liberals have gotten those seats. So I think that's the next break we'll talk about. Tom on the text quickly.
We do have a phone call.
Okay, KWMW Malgemore, 105.1 FM. Morning, where you calling from?
Hey, it's Chris, the mailman.
Hey, Chris. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. Hey, I got bit 3 times in 35 years. Once on just a dog had me by the shoe. The one that brought blood was on my kneecap, and then another dog just hanging on my pants, which I did a little Ali shuffle on him because I told the lady to put him away. So
how many times did you not see it coming?
I probably got about chased and attacked probably about a good 15 to 20 times.
Wow.
I mean, walk up on dogs on a porch, doing a walking route, stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Pretty scary situation sometimes. Never got attacked from behind. A lot of people get attacked from behind. They don't, they're not paying attention.
Right.
Now, do you carry a baton with you or something?
Yeah, we always had dog spray with us, and, you pick the satchel is for your protection. You give that to the dog first.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wow, man.
How many times did they come
we've
through
had
the
about
door?
probably, I would say we've had about 8 or 10 dog bites in this office probably in the last 10 to 15 years.
Wow.
It's not really that bad.
How many come from the inside of the house through the door?
That's the one that got me in the kneecap. Lady told me to hand her the package. I handed her the package. The dog bit me underneath the package right on the kneecap.
Ow.
I was thinking that was probably the case because, that they're defending, quote unquote.
Right. Yeah. No, ma'am.
The one
I'll
that
leave it right here for you.
Yeah, one time I was walking up to a house and 2 dogs came from both sides, and the owner was trying to stop them, and I sprayed the dogs, and it sprayed the owner right in the face.
Oh, man.
Well,
hey,
the wind took it right
ultimately,
in the face,
you need to go home. You need to be able to protect yourself.
Right.
So I don't blame you on that.
Right.
So, thank you, Chris.
We got to do what we have to do to protect ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No doubt. So,
hey, be safe out there.
Thanks, Chris.
Be safe.
All right, hey, y'all have a great day, guys.
You too,
Thank you. When we come back, we got Bill Barr. Trump was on Hannity last night, and could COVID be coming back? We'll talk about that.
No.
And a recent boondoggle. Money that is being sent to Gaza. The amount per pound. People don't like Matt Gaetz. People don't like, Marjorie Taylor Greene. But they're the only ones that talk about stuff like this. We're going to get to that coming up in just a second. All right, we got National Anthem and the Pledge and more. It's already 7:09. We're late. Let's get updated with news. We'll qualify you for the cash. News this morning being brought to you by at Last Makeup Mirror, at lastmakeupmirror.com. Call Rebecca Long. She's a local inventor. 575-631-3189. If you haven't heard about this mirror, look, it comes times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification with LED lights. It's lightweight and very durable. It travels easy because it comes in a traveling case and weighs less than 4 pounds. Go to right now to atlasmakeupmirror.com. You can order from that website, or you can call Rebecca at 575-631-3189. We're taking a break. We're coming back. Be on the Breakfast Club, qualifying you for the cash. News up next.
Call now. Thank you for Ben's Country Market in Artesia presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Here's what's happening on your Thursday. With Hannah Gutierrez-Reed now convicted in the Rust movie set shooting, the state looking to force her to help take down actor Alec Baldwin. State prosecutors filed this motion on Monday asking the judge to force the convicted armorer to testify against Baldwin. A prop gun held by Baldwin discharged, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins in the 2021 Rust movie set shooting. The 66-year-old Baldwin charged with involuntary manslaughter and up to 18 months in prison, the same charge Gutierrez-Reed was convicted of in March. Fire departments responded to an active fire of a shed in Hobbs. That took place Tuesday. Hobbs Fire responding first and found the shed engulfed, that with flames around. The fire was in the area of South Landfill Road and East Marland Street. Additional support was called to assist the first unit, including the Knowles Fire Department. The fire was marked as under control in about 30 minutes. After the initial response, those flames and firefighting response did not result in any reported injuries. That investigation into the fire continues on. Well, the Indios fire is at 11,500 acres, and they're saying it's 66% completed. That's located 7 miles north of Coyote. Operations have moved into suppression repair. The fire is expected to remain within the current footprint. Fire behavior will be limited to smoldering. Now, today and tomorrow, we'll see warming temps. It'll prompt consumption of any remaining green fuels in the fire perimeter. Over the weekend, the increased threat of showers and storms will decrease fire weather conditions. Now, across the forecast area, as far as smoke is concerned, good air quality conditions are expected in any areas where interior heat remains within the fire perimeter. Light dispersed smoke may be visible. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Mid-year clearance now at National Furniture Liquidators, including famous names like Ashley Furniture, Benchcraft, Simmons, and more. Ashley Bolenberg Bedroom, 5-piece set just $13.88. A dining table, 4 chairs, and bench just $3.97. Reclining sectional just $9.97. Or an Ashley sofa and love seat just $6.88 pieces. Plus much more and great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty. Hungry Horse Environmental Services in Lovington is looking to hire operators, environmental technicians, and labor hands. Pay will be based upon experience. Stop by 4024 Plains Highway in Lovington to fill out an application today. Hungry Horse Environmental Services of Lovington is an equal opportunity employer.
The City of Hobbs has great long-term career opportunities that promote a work-life balance while offering awesome benefits. Paid time off starts on day 1. Full-time new hires earn 12 hours per month. That's 18 days per year. With paid time off accrual and 12 paid holidays, plus a floating holiday, there's plenty of time for the family work-life balance. Apply today online at hobbsnm.org. The City of Hobbs is an equal opportunity employer and a drug-free and smoke-free workplace.
Attention all football enthusiasts. Turfs by United Way is excited to announce their 3rd annual flag football tournament happening on Saturday, June 8th at Watson Stadium. Gates open at 8 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. All teams must be registered and paid by May 20th to secure their spot in this exciting tournament. And the best part, all proceeds raised will go back to the Hobbs Schools Crisis Funds, supporting a great cause in our community. But that's not all. They'll have food and product vendors on site so you can enjoy some delicious bites and shop while watching the games. It's going to be a day filled with football, fun, and sun. So make sure to mark your calendars and join them for a fantastic event. For more information and to register your team, call Brittany at United Way of Lee County at 575-740-8375 or stop by United Way and sign up in person, 320 North Ship in Hobbs.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
You're waking up to the Morning Morons. One does his best to make you think he's a moron. The other is not a moron. The other is a member of the Mensa Society. I don't know.
Hey, I'm listening to a dumb nonsense radio show.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to one of the morons.
And welcome back. Kevin will be back in just a minute. He had to run downstairs real quick at his place. And so we're going to get to some of the other stuff. Tom, of course, is still not back. And we were talking about the Boeing spacecraft earlier. If you remember, we made a joke about the Boeing spacecraft, and it does have issues. Kevin,
I am here.
All right. I was bringing up the Boeing spacecraft has issues.
Just a couple issues?
Yeah, it's got a helium leak ahead of docking at the space station.
Lord. I mean, can Boeing not catch a break?
Not even close.
Wow.
And yeah, it's its first crewed mission ever to the International Space Station, and it has helium leaks before docking.
Wow.
Yeah. Could have been really bad.
So if you have Boeing stock, it's another bad day. It's not a good day, that's for sure. All right, 877-396-W105. I was checking on the wife because she had too much fun today. So she's still knocked out, though.
She's knocked out. So that's good, right?
Yeah, the dogs are like, hey, what about us? No attention for us? What the heck? You've been gone for 2 days. What the heck? Where you been? So.
But you
no
fed
attention.
them, right? That was good.
Yeah, I did feed them, so all is good. All right, video goes viral of media pundits previously casting doubt on the Hunter Biden laptop. Isn't that great? Yes. Yeah, that laptop is nothing more than Russian collusion, right?
Right.
And the Cowboy Superstar is floating an idea to lead the Dallas Cowboys.
That would be bad for their defense.
Names one team, Micah Parsons, does not want to be with the Cowboys, floating the idea to leave the Cowboys and go join Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
In Pittsburgh. Huh?
Wow, would that really bring up the old rivalry of the Cowboys-Steelers from back in the Staubach Bradshaw days?
Want to play for the Cowboys?
What'd that be?
Why didn't he want to play for the Cowboys?
Money.
You don't leave because of money.
Oh, yeah, you do. In the NFL, you do.
I mean, you got
to make that
contract. Much. He's under contract, isn't he?
Yeah, but they can always, try to renegotiate. Oh. This is the time to renegotiate before you go to camp.
He's got the historic salary anyway.
Yeah.
So how much more do you think he's the highest paid non-quarterback?
Yeah, but what he said after they lost to Green Bay was that the players were tired. That's why they didn't perform as well.
What does that have to do with pay?
Well, he wants to play with teammates that are going to, play their best.
So he lost being the highest paid player when Jordan Jefferson signed that $140 million contract.
Yeah.
So he believes that he's worth more money. And I'm just going to say this much. Kids listening, don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do it.
All right.
Jordan Jefferson was a 2-star. You know how many offers he had to go D1? 1. You know why he got an offer from LSU? Because his 2 brothers had played at LSU. It was a favor to the family. And he kept working. And some kids develop later on in life.
Right.
And that was him. So congratulations, $140 million contract. By God, that's a buttload of money. New study finds that 1 in 3 Americans think tipping is gone. It's gotten out of control. Customers losing so much cash that they feel that, they've lost money to inflation, so they're going to tip less. 59% of Americans view tipping negatively, which is bad news for history makers working at Starbucks. Do you tip at Starbucks?
No, I don't go to Starbucks.
Me either, but if I did, I wouldn't tip.
Look, the president and CEO of Starbucks said, if you are white, if you own a gun, if you are not out here pushing the very far left liberal agenda, he didn't say those words exactly. But he did say, we don't want your business.
New study by the Western University in Ontario, Canada, says that if you've got a car with a modified exhaust system, odds are you're a guy and probably sadistic.
Say that again?
That if you have a car with a modified exhaust system,
right,
your odds are you're a guy and sadistic.
Okay.
And I will turn that around and says people that do polls on cars' exhaust systems are the most annoying people in the world. How about that? We'll shove that right back at you. Yeah. Alec Baldwin and his wife announced yesterday, 1 month before he's set to go on trial in New Mexico, manslaughter, that they and their 7 children will show their private lives on TLC. It's going to be called The Baldwins.
Please.
You fat little pig. Remember that one, right?
Man, trying to generate sympathy before the trial.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Former Boy Meets World star Trina McGee announced that she's expecting a baby. She's 54 years of age.
54.
That's
she's
probably bad for her and the baby.
They're saying older women can't have babies.
Yeah, man, I'm
saying there's a lot of health issues that come along with that.
Yeah. I was at the mall yesterday, and I saw this guy like 70 with a baby. And I told the wife, see, this is why we need to just try harder.
Well, and it look, it's not dangerous for the guy because his part's over. Right?
Yeah.
It's dangerous health-wise for the woman when you get up that age.
Yeah. Lineup keeps growing for the iHeart Music Festival in Vegas. And New Kids on the Block.
All of them?
Yes.
Wow.
Are back performing.
They must need money.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. All right. Just when I think Americans can't let me down anymore. You didn't even know the guy was dead? Representative Donald Payne Jr., Democrat from New Jersey, won the Democratic nomination for another term in the House. Weeks after he actually died. Ballot in New Jersey had already been printed, so they couldn't do anything about it, and he died of a heart attack related to complications from diabetes in late April. He was running unopposed in the Democratic primary, and guess what? He got the most votes. Looks like if he can, he's going to be going back to D.C.
So not only do dead Democrats vote, but they also get elected.
Yeah.
Dead ones, right.
Yeah. Dead Democrats vote and get elected at the same time. Yeah, it's amazing the way that story works. All right, 724, Tom on the text, taking out trash on the way, things that happened on this date in history. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Call Jamal 575-631-5099. TNT and Grudge races coming up on Friday. Gates open at 6. They're going to be racing all the way until midnight. Kids under 12 get in free. Don't forget, cash our card, $15 at the gate and $30 for tech cards. If you're going to race, helmet is required. They're going to use the prep track, quarter-mile track, Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Follow them Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or call Jamal 575-631-5099. Tom on the text.
All right, Drew from Carlsbad is chiming in. Having a baby after 35 is dangerous, he says, because after 35, the baby stands a high chance of coming down with or having Down syndrome, says Drew this morning. And another text that says, what is Blake talking about? Parsons is no way near the highest paid. He gets $17 million this year, and he's up for an extension next year. Not even in the top 30 overall.
That's what it said on the Fox story.
Yes.
I saw the same story.
And it's
that he was the highest paid non-quarterback until Jordan Jefferson signed that historically large.
It's the overall contract, not the per year.
Right. Another texter says, Joe from Hobbs, being Bowen may have more luck if they didn't have hiring graduates from Harvard or Columbia or George Washington University. That's Joe this morning. And you know what, guys? This is Buddy. I've seen many cops driving without their seatbelts on, he says this morning. And please, no light on in fog as well. They don't have their lights on, says Buddy this morning.
Well, don't do your bright lights.
And your bright lights this morning.
Every day when I come in, there's someone with their bright lights on.
Did you have fog coming in?
You shouldn't be driving in town with your bright lights on either.
Yeah. Hey guys, you're coming in strong in Lubbock this morning.
God bless.
Thanks for tuning in this morning.
Says the texter.
Yeah. And guys,
what did the texter say?
And guys, this text says, I believe that if they made abortion illegal and you could get a manslaughter charges placed on you. But the only way I think it could be done if there was a medical reason or death, the text is saying this morning.
Look, I think we have to have a common sense approach.
Yep.
At the same time, there has to be exclusions. And I don't think this is something that Republicans should battle in 2024 because it's not a hot button. It really is not the hot button issue.
No.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
And one more, B. Do you think that the Oklahoma and Texas softball championship has more viewers than the WNBA has all year? Now, Oklahoma's going for a 4-peat as national champion.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be honest, and my granddaughter plays softball. I'm just not a huge softball fan.
I think it'll have a big viewership because it is, like you said, Oklahoma's going for a 4-peat. Texas has said that they're going to stop that.
Right.
And both those teams are really good.
Very good.
Yeah, I did see Texas lost in the baseball championship to Vandy.
Yes.
Yesterday.
But the softball, the girls are really good.
Yeah, they're both of those teams are awesome. Alvin Bragg wants Donald Trump to stay under the gag order, even after the conviction.
What?
How does
Alvin
that
Bragg,
work?
Democratic Manhattan District Attorneys said yesterday that he wants Donald Trump, the gag order, to remain in place. He requested that it remain in place through the sentencing hearing, which is going to come up in jail. In July, and any post-trial motions, he wants that there to be a gag order.
How does that work?
The idea of the gag order was to prevent the jury from hearing some information.
Correct.
Supposedly.
Correct.
So that's done. He's been found guilty. He should be able to say what the hell he wants.
Yes, because that's the purpose of a gag order.
Right.
Not to
All
limit
you're
free
doing
speech.
is censoring him.
Yes.
Now.
Well,
Yeah.
it's obvious election interference at this point.
Yeah, no doubt. We're getting more progressive in New Mexico. Here's why the state legislature could be more progressive next year. By the way, this report came from KOAT, and they said that there have been 3 conservative Democrats. And by the way, there are conservative Democrats, no doubt.
Yes.
And they voted against these overreach gun grabs and all kind of other stuff. But what happened was there has been 3 to 4 progressives that are that have taken spots from moderate Democrats.
Well, and that has been a goal of the progressives up north for a while. That was one of Brian Egoff's stated goals.
Yeah, and it says it could help Michelle Lujan Gresham pass more things at the next session because there is a liberal shift that will help the governor of New Mexico. Ithaca School District and New York got itself in some hot water by promoting an event that discriminates based on color of skin. New York School District proudly promoted the Student of Colors Summit 2024. By the way, the problem with that, it excluded white folks.
Yes.
It was an anti-white discrimination case. And they've got the copy of the flyer. They've got some of the literature that they were going to talk about. And it was an exclusion of white kids.
Mm-hmm.
And see, if a school is teaching this, in part it's teaching hate.
Yes.
At the same time, we should have inclusion of all.
Yes.
And kids aren't taught. They're not born hating.
No.
Somebody's teaching them
Yes.
to hate. Most kids that are out playing, they never once thought that another kid is different until somebody told them that kid is different.
Right.
Crazy. All right, text line 877-396-W105. Be in the Breakfast Club morning show being brought to you by Janko Janitorial, 324 West Main in Artesia. Full-service janitorial company. They're ready to serve you. They also have all your commercial-grade janitorial supplies. They do commercial cleaning, industrial, and oil-field cleaning. They specialize in cleaning offices, and they can strip the floors and wax the floors, clean the windows, get all of that done. Now, if you need them out on location at a oil-field or industrial location, not a problem. Their folks are certified, and they are trained. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869. JankoJanitorial.com for more information. Tom?
Yes, sir.
Tom?
Yeah, you're there.
Read the text.
Yeah. And anyone that would vote for a president that has been found guilty, says Levington Liberal, is just plain stupid. Biden all the way, he says this morning.
Yeah, because things are so great. They are. Things are awesome. Yes.
And Michelle,
by the way, found guilty of what?
Right.
Yeah, you still don't know the charge.
I really want to know, found guilty of what? You're a damn hypocrite, because you have no problem with Michelle Lujan Gresham paying off somebody she groped.
Yep.
But if Donald Trump did it, you have a problem. And in return, Donald Trump's not the one that did it.
Mm-mm. And speaking of Michelle Lujan Grisham, John Boy says she's being groomed to become the next Democratic president next election.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so.
We're done if that's the case.
She couldn't get, you got to remember, she had lower voter tallies than any other Democrat on the ticket in the last election in this state.
Mm-hmm.
And if she can only manage that, she won't do well on the national stage.
And a bunch of us, says J.R. DePorto, is rooting for Texas in the World Series. Karina Martinez, who's from Carlsbad's daughter, is a freshman center fielder.
Oh,
way to go.
So that's exactly
they're a good team. I've seen a couple of their games this year. And
that's awesome.
No, Texas.
Yeah, Texas is a good team.
I'm not talking about Oklahoma. I'm talking about Texas. I've seen a couple of their games this year, and that the softball team is good.
And I know B gives Tom a hard time about saying the texter, but he says, by the way, 800 times a show. Says,
by the way, maybe I did. I didn't think so. But if I say going to the texter, and I said according to the texter, that's a little redundant.
Right. But you said, by the way.
By the way, Tom, you still said from the texter.
Right.
Well, and I'm just going to say that, it's kind of funny how when the liberals text in, I like it when they do text in because it really winds people up. Everybody here, everybody listening, stuff like that. But it really proves how intellectually dishonest they are with themselves. Because no thinking person would make those statements unless they're coming from a point of ideological bias.
And by the way, even liberals that I know
right.
are saying things were better under Trump.
Exactly.
They're not voting for Trump, but they said things were better
right.
under Trump.
Yeah, I'm not asking them to support one candidate or another, but I'm just asking them to be intellectually honest with themselves. Now, please keep texting because, it's great to wind people up, but,
Right. Maybe you want to get to oil and gas prices?
We didn't do the oil and gas prices?
No, not yet.
Really?
Yeah, we did the oil and gas prices. Evidently, you didn't give the oil and gas prices because I did Spinnaker and I did the whole thing. Maybe you didn't follow the queue.
No, we didn't. I didn't say any prices.
I did the oil and gas sponsor. Maybe you didn't follow the queue.
No.
Go ahead and give the prices, Tom, because I already did the
74.67 for West Texas Intermediate, 78.84 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas $2.81.
Yeah, I go from stacks of cards into the done stack, so I know when I done it. So you probably didn't follow that, just like when I went to you just now for the text. You was like, yeah.
But you would have told me, hey, what's up with the oil and gas? So I was waiting on you, buddy.
Oh.
You're asleep at the damn wheel is what you had. So, all right, Bill Barr was not a fan of Donald Trump. He was the attorney general for under Donald Trump, but he was not a fan of Donald Trump. Here's what he had to say about the case, about the trial against Donald Trump.
Were you surprised when the 34 guilty verdicts came down?
I wasn't particularly surprised, but...
Oh, okay.
Well, we know he wasn't surprised.
No, he wasn't surprised, but why aren't you playing? It's there. God bless you. Anyway, he said he was not surprised at the whole thing. Donald Trump was on Sean Hannity last night. Trump talking about the case, talking about, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep on going. What if they put him in jail, Tom?
Well, they put him in jail.
Yeah. because that is a possibility.
Yeah. Well, so what happens?
I think that just creates a bigger opportunity for Donald Trump if they put him in jail.
Corrupt. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. I did nothing wrong in any of these things. I did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong at all. And whether you look at the analysts, whether it's Greg Jarrett or Andy McCarthy or Jonathan Turley or your friend, the great one, Mark Levin, Dershowitz, all of them, they said there's no case here. Judge Jeanine was so incredible 2 weeks ago. She was unbelievable. Angry. She was angry. And you know why they're angry? Because they love our country and they see what's happening. It's totally unconstitutional what they've done. And if you look at the statements made by the people I just mentioned, and I'm not friends with any, I mean, I think they respect what I've done. They might respect me. They might not respect me. But they said there's no case. It shouldn't have been brought. And the way the judge charged the jury, told the jury, gave jury instructions, nobody's ever heard anything like that.
This case will be repealed and overturned, but the problem with it, it's going to happen much later.
And they're okay with that.
Yeah, they're good with that.
Because it's not about whether it sticks or not. It's whether they get to say that he's a convicted felon. And here's the question that I would pose to all the liberals out there. Is he a convicted felon if it gets overturned? And are you going to go back on what you're saying, that he's a convicted felon?
There you go. There you go. Trump talked about COVID 2024.
The left-wing lunatics are trying very hard to bring back COVID lockdowns and mandates with all of their sudden fear-mongering about the new variants that are coming. Gee whiz, you know what else is coming? An election. They want to restart the COVID hysteria so they can justify more lockdowns, more censorship, more illegal drop boxes, more mail-in ballots, and trillions of dollars in payoffs to their political allies heading into the 2024 election. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. I don't know if COVID's going to be the problem, but this bird flu is, they started ramping that up. That could be the next thing. Trump calls Biden a criminal. Remember?
Yes.
Biden called him a felon.
Right. Yep.
So Trump's like, well, who cares? He's a criminal.
To call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught. Read his laptop. And you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time. And you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good day.
I love the way, he's like, you're a criminal. Good luck, everybody. Thank you. That's called the walk away.
Yep.
That's pretty good. All right, we got Matt.
At least he answers questions.
Yeah, exactly. Biden will not even do that. So, all right, check of the weather, another hot day today. It's going to get up to about 101 today. Sunny skies, very hot, less than 10-mile-an-hour winds. That's not going to be a help. 10% chance of rain tonight, down to 72. Tomorrow, 100 and very hot, and 101 on Saturday. Maybe rain Saturday night into Sunday afternoon. Maybe some nighttime showers. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Cold Brew Coffee Company. The only true cold brew coffee around. And they have amazing coffee. They also have Red Bull drinks to power you through a afternoon or get you caffeinated. And they also have hearty lunch specials. And they have sweet treats. And, if you're busy, they use DoorDash. Yeah, you can find them on DoorDash. Now, location, they're right across the street from Tractor Supply, next to a Tactical, 236 East Navajo Drive, Suite 1100 in Hobbs. It's Cold Brew Coffee Company, where amazing brews and bites are waiting for you. Man charged with taking $80,000 in merchandise from a Las Cruces cannabis store. Christopher Stubbs has been charged burglarizing the My Cannabis Plus store in Las Cruces. Officers found Stubbs riding a bicycle and carrying a bag filled with, $80,000 worth of marijuana products.
Wow.
$80,000.
Wow.
My God, what was it? Like a duffel bag?
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Well, was it just like jars of pot? I mean,
I don't know. Crazy. Wow. Pilot seeking help from Albuquerque. Somebody stole his hot air balloon. Now, what the hell are you going to do with a hot air balloon? John Mattis.
I think it would be kind of identifiable.
Yeah, well, they stole the trailer and the balloon, and the price tag on this thing is about $25,000.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, the Burning Desire balloon. He bought this thing in 2017, and somebody stole it. So if you see the trailer or a balloon up in the air, please give him a call. John Fetterman tells critics he is not a progressive.
Yep, saw that too.
That label left him.
He said he's just
Amen to John Fetterman.
We kind of alluded to that earlier. You know,
Yeah.
he said he's just a regular Democrat.
Yeah, now he is a regular Democrat. State creating a tracking system to monitor heat-related illnesses in New Mexico. The New Mexico Environmental Public Health Tracking Program is a new way to show New Mexicans the danger of extreme heat. So every time somebody goes to the ER with heat-related sickness, illness, they will track that, and there will be a dashboard that you can go and see how many people from your area went to the hospital. Trump campaign accelerating the vetting of potential running mates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to happen fairly soon that he picks that running mate. I mean, we're 5 months away. That should have happened a while back.
And let's be clear, there are some other ones that have already been vetted, but this process, this really isn't a narrowing down, but it is very much putting these three into the forefront.
So the three are North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, and then Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, and J.D. Vance from Ohio. I love J.D. Vance, but I would still like Kristi Noem. And it doesn't matter to me if she shot a dog that was aggressive. That is not a game changer for me.
Well, Fauci did animal experiments.
Yeah, so maybe they should be mad at him instead of giving him more and more money.
I still like Tim Scott. I think that's
Tim Scott, yeah, and they're not mentioning Tim Scott anymore.
Not much more, no.
Yeah. United Methodist Church. You see what's going on with them? I got to talk to my brother. He's a Methodist.
Well, that's been going on for about a year, actually.
Wow.
So what happened is the United Methodist Church decided they were going to ordain members of the LGBTQ community to be pastors in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, of course, caused a rift in the church of a lot of people saying, no, that's not biblical. And so the United Methodist Church said, well, what are you going to do about it? So there has been a split.
Lost 1 million members.
Well, and all of the people that used to be First United Methodist, right? If they decided to leave that, because First United Methodist owns that name, right? It's a copyrighted name. Yeah, it's a brand name. they stay that. But all the church congregations that have voted to leave the church, and like you just said, is about 1 million people. Probably more, actually. They voted to leave, so they kind of are forming their own Methodist group. And I forget what it's called, and it's not Universal because that's the Universal Life Church, but it's something like that, right? But they can't call themselves First United Methodist because they're not. So,
and I'm looking at the pictures from Breitbart, and there was a guy who was I guess he was like a deacon in the church, and his T-shirt says United Methodist Queer Clergy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Why do you have to point that out? I mean, if you're there to be a member of the clergy, I don't have to know your sexual preference. I really don't. It's like going to the doctor. Say you get sent to the emergency room.
Correct.
I mean, do you care what somebody's sexual preference is?
Nope.
Are you looking for the best doctor?
Yes.
Or you're looking for a gay doctor?
No. I'm looking for the best doctor.
Yeah, the best doctor.
Yep.
I'm not looking for a certain color. I'm not looking for a certain sexual preference. I'm just looking for the best doctor.
Right.
That's it. All right, National Anthem and the Pledge coming up. Let's do Taking Out Trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. They have the 96-gallon poly carts, 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters, and the big, huge roll-off containers. They are ready to take care of all your trash needs. Waste needs, trash needs. Look, they do residential trash pickup, and then they do commercial pickup. So if you've got a lot of waste to haul off, hey, never fear. They can handle that. Call Kayleen this morning, 575-408-1719, trash-eaters.com. By the way, they're veteran-owned and operated. That's number one. And they're locally owned. So do business with a local vet. 575-408-1719. Go to the website, trash-eaters.com. All right, question. Security clearance. For everyone that signed that Hunter Biden laptop letter, you remember they all got together and they all signed the letter. John Brennan signed the letter. 51 officials, members of the FBI, the CIA, you name it, they all signed it. And they all said it was Russian misinformation. Even though the FBI knew that it was Hunter Biden's laptop.
Right.
They knew it.
The CIA knew it too.
Yeah. They were hiding the information. And if you say, well, why would they hide that information? The FBI is supposed to be a good guy.
Yeah, they're supposed to be for the country, not for a candidate.
Yes. Well, they signed the letter, and the FBI lied to us because they don't like Trump. He's not a member of the swamp. They wanted Joe Biden. So they lied to us. And every one of these 51 individuals that lied to us, all of them, their security clearance should be gone.
Agreed.
All of them. They should lose security clearance.
They can't be trusted with secrets.
No, same thing with Jack Smith and the special investigation. You're charging Trump with mishandling the documents while you mishandled the documents.
Yes.
You can't make this crap up.
No.
You can't. Unbelievable. All right, Tom on the text, then I got to get to things that happened on this date in history. Best countries for education. We'll get to that, too. Best countries for education. Tom?
India.
Go ahead.
And now it's called the Global Methodist Church. We were wondering what the new name is. Yeah. Seems like the bishops and the administrators of various conferences have forgotten to adhere to biblical principles, says the text. And again, they're saying it was Global Methodist. Thank you very much. It might make a difference, guys, if your doctor's sexuality is if you're going to the proctologist, says that text. And Bill O'Reilly...
Well, he has two hands on the table, maybe.
Right. And Bill O'Reilly told Sean Hannity yesterday, if you're not going to vote for Trump, he says, to stay home because a vote for Biden is a vote for self-destruction. Think about it. Makes a lot of sense, but liberals don't have any sense, that texter is saying this morning. And by the way, B is wrong. He didn't do it. Referring to, elaborate on that.
I did do it.
Well,
I did. I read the card. I read the card. It's here. It's in my stack of duns.
Well, I was saying their opinion. For the loving liberal, how can you vote for a man accused of inappropriate showers with his daughter?
Oh.
Amen.
Dang. That kid couldn't even take a... Can you imagine growing up and not being able to take a shower because you're scared your dad's going to join you in the shower? What a sick pervert. Really is.
So what they're saying is Lovington Liberal, wasn't that who said that?
Yeah.
Would rather vote for a pedophile than vote for someone that was railroaded on misdemeanor charges brought up to a felony.
Yeah. And by the way, statute of limitation is expired also.
Yes.
And one more, Cactus from Carlsbad said, how can anybody support somebody that walks like an old man that can barely lift his feet and has no respect for our veterans? The French president stayed behind to shake the hands of veterans and greet them while Biden walked off. I don't know if he had to have a diaper change or something. Looks like he was pooping himself on the stage.
It could have been. Remember, he went to the Vatican and he pooped himself.
Right.
The best countries for education.
India.
U.S. is number 1.
I don't buy that.
Germany number 3, Canada number 4, and France number 5. My brother said, maybe not the K through 12. We're probably not the best, but colleges, we have the best college, and it's because he's a member of academia. And I said, contraire. My daughter starts school in August. Private school semester, everything included is about $2,000 a semester.
Whoa!
Now I was looking at the education index, and I'm not sure how they do it, although it's ranked by country. And the U.S. is number 13 on that list.
Yeah,
they're number 1 on that list is Iceland, then Germany, then New Zealand, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Switzerland, the UK, Slovenia, Australia, then Canada. Sweden,
man, where's China?
I am looking down the list. They are down at number 100.
Wow. And my point about the U.S. having the greatest colleges, and my point was, okay, so $2,000 a month, $2,000 for a semester. If she graduates and becomes a doctor or a nurse, and she goes to the United States, and she paid $12,000 for her medical education, and somebody got into debt $500,000, she's not going to get paid less money. So I don't know. A degree is a degree, right, Tom? That's what you've been telling us. NATO ally Turkey says they want to join the China-led BRICS. Here's what Biden needs to do. He needs to send his boy, the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. He needs to send him to Turkey. And this is the way you need to say it. And then you proceed to go to every NATO country. If you do not back the U.S. and the U.S. dollar, we will stop protecting you and sending you dollars. But that will never happen with a Joe Biden because he does not have a strong backbone. That's the problem. He will lay there and take it. And we will fund NATO while getting screwed by Turkey and other countries for joining China. Yes. Crazy. All right, 7:56. Things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, veteran-owned and operated, the largest selection of firearms around. They have the state-of-the-art indoor firing range, Milo FBI training simulator. You can shoot live fire and the lasers, and they have over 1,000 different scenarios. Not only is this fun, but you can actually hone in your skills to make sure you're ready for pretty much every scenario. They have lots of ammo, plus they have a huge selection of optics and gun accessories, grunt-style clothing, tactical gear, and more. Go to the website, 2atacticalrange.com. They offer financing. They also offer monthly memberships or hourly rates on the shooting range. So you can pay by the month or pay by the hour. 2atacticalrange.com for more information. Revolutionary War hero Nathan Hale was born on this date in 1755. 10-inch snowstorm hit New England on this date. The year of no summer, it was called, in 1816. Andrew Johnson became the first U.S. president to ride a train, and he made a comment about really nice caboose in 1833. YMCA, founded on this date in 1844. Village people took that to a whole nother level.
Right.
Levi Strauss made his first pair of blue jeans in 1850.
That rivet. Had the
Some
rivet.
people call them by a different name, Tom.
Jeans.
You know that name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Levi.
Yeah, thank you. Electric iron was patented on this date in 1882. First drive-in movie theater opened up in 1933. And in we are the, is it the 78th anniversary? I thought it was the 80th
It is
anniversary.
the 80th anniversary, 1944 to 2024.
Show prep, you are wrong. Yes, 80th anniversary of D-Day going on today.
Yep.
And Morgan Henry became the first man to take off his shirt on national television in 1946. It was a game of strip poker back in the day.
Sure.
Yeah. Remember the little girl from My Two Dads, or Dana from Step by Step?
Kinda, maybe.
Okay.
Happy birthday today, Tom. Yes.
How old is she?
Stacy, her name is Stacy Keeman. She's 49 years old. Matthew Schaefer is 50 years old. You might not remember that name, but you might remember Uncle Cracker.
Yep. Kid Rock's DJ.
Yes. Tennis legend. Remember Bjorn Borg?
Yeah,
Beyond Borg.
Yeah.
What? That was a mouthful for me. 78 years old.
Get out, really. He's 78.
Harvey Fierstein, Mrs. Doubtfire, Independence Day, other movies, is 72 years old. You might not remember who that guy is, but if you look him up, you're going to go, oh, that guy.
He's a large man with kind of a gravelly voice.
Right.
Yes.
He was the makeup guy in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Robert Englund is 77 years old. You might not know who he is.
Never heard of him.
Freddie.
He slashed his way into your hearts, lungs, and vital organs as Freddy Krueger. He's so old now, they call him Grandpa Krueger. All right, Tom, on the text, we got to get to the national
Wait,
anthem.
I got one. For all you musicians out there, Stevie Vai, 64 today.
Never heard of him.
What? He's a rock guitarist. Played with Ozzy, Johnny Rotten, Frank Zappa, Whitesnake.
Not a rock.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Hey, B, we got a message from Eddy County Manager Jennifer Armendariz. Says the low water crossing at John D. Forehand in Carlsbad is being closed on both sides. It will be closed for an undetermined amount of time. Now, they got a lot of oil field traffic that goes through there, so they're wanting to tell those folks to stay away from there because they're closing it for time being right now. Coming from the Eddy County Emergency Manager Jennifer Armendariz.
All right, this just kind of threw me off. Guess who was at the D-Day commemoration?
Tom Hanks?
Zelensky. Ukrainian President Zelensky.
You want more money or what?
That's exactly what that's about. Was Ukraine part of D-Day?
Nope.
No. Wow. Yeah, I saw him on TV. I was just like, and of course the dude can't put on a suit to save his soul.
Nope.
Unbelievable.
Nope.
He's over there shaking hands, kissing babies, and got his hand out. Oh wait, he's got his. Oh, he's got his hand on the wallet of Joe Biden, close at least. It's right there. All right, Tom, any other things going on in the text before we break?
All right. So this message says, from Smokey from Arizona, my stepdaughter is lesbian, and even she is like, we don't need all this LGBT alphabet soup crap and all these pride months and parades and all this crap. Honestly, he says, I don't care one way or the other.
Don't care.
Whether you're gay or not, but it was much better.
That's the way I am. I don't care.
Yeah, but it was much better when they were still in the closet about it and wouldn't be cramming it down everybody's throat.
Well, and I don't want anybody to live in the closet or live in the shadows.
Everyone should be able
you just don't have to jam it down my throat on every turn and have 20 different days.
Right.
For, we have a coming out day, a whole month for Pride Month. Veterans get one damn day.
Well, here's the deal. We shouldn't be celebrating anybody's sexual preference.
No. When is Heterosexual Day?
There isn't one.
Oh.
And I'll say this.
What is your holiday? Celibacy Day.
What day is that?
None.
Oh, okay.
See, look, we have Valentine's Day, which is a day about love.
Right.
Why can't it just be about love?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yep, I would be good with that. All right, 8:04. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge this morning. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. Has been for 40-plus years. Started her business at 19. Enjoys helping folks. That's why she's still in the business. She loves helping people. Loves helping people save money. And when bad things happen, like hailstorms and that type of stuff, she loves helping people, get the process started. You always have somebody you can call with Rebecca Long. 575-393-2661. Give Rebecca Long a call. She can take care of your home, auto, recreation vehicles, life insurance, commercial insurance, and more. 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor this morning of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
KWMW Baltimore 105.1 FM, better known as W105. Lord's Prayer this morning being brought to you by our friends at Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Psalms 103 this morning, the Lord saves us from the grave, and he gives us love and compassion for us to be kind. God saves us from death and extends his grace, putting his unconditional love and compassionate to us, so that we may share all these qualities with fellow human beings.
This is Mike Welsh. With Judah Oil, can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgiven those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
8:08, we are W105. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. They have an extensive collection of FR jeans and coveralls, gloves, safety gear, steel-toe boots, work boots. By the way, they have a section of boots that are only $99. Go in there and check that out. And they have a huge selection of furniture, appliances, electronics. Talk to them about zero-down financing. Next door is Scrub Outfitters. Scrub Outfitters, the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. So if you're looking for medical scrubs like Dickies, Healing Hands, Medcouture, Peaches, they've got all of those. And compression socks, a huge selection of compression socks. A lot of different colors, a lot of different designs, and they've got comfortable shoes and medical equipment. Rig Outfitters, Scrub Outfitters, find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Hot day today, up to 101. Less than 10-mile-an-hour winds expected. Chance of rain tonight, slight chance of rain early tonight. 72 the overnight low, 100 tomorrow. Another hot day today. Saturday, 101, and maybe some rain Saturday night into Sunday. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on with news. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, settling cases like the $10 million case. Settled that one in the oil patch. $9 million case, medical malpractice case. Car accidents, slip and falls. If you've been injured, call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. Find out more information at the ragsdalelawfirm.com. And if you need an attorney to defend you in the court of law, get in touch with Luke. Website, ragsdalelawfirm.com. We're going to qualify you for the cash. We'll check in with news coming up next. We're W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Ben's Country Market in Artesia presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's called The Longest Day, the Allies' D-Day invasion of Normandy, France, to help turn the tide against Germany in World War II, 80 years ago today. President Biden at a ceremony in Normandy.
From the sea and sky, nearly 160,000 Allied troops descended on Normandy. Many, to state the obvious, never came home.
Around 200 surviving D-Day veterans, the honored guests there today. Day 4 of Hunter Biden's federal gun trial in Delaware.
The prosecution could wrap up their case today against Hunter Biden, but still plan to call 6 more witnesses. One of those witnesses could be Hallie Biden, the widow of Hunter's brother, Beau Biden. She's the one who disposed of the gun at the center of this case.
Fox's Brooks Singman, the president's son's accused of lying about drug use on a form to buy that gun. Stocks are flat to start the day on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number, you're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Get ready for a night of Nuevo Flamenco music as we welcome Otmar Liebert and his band Luna Negra to the Spencer Theater in Alto, New Mexico on Saturday, June 8th. Described as Spanish gypsy with contemporary grooves, this concert is perfect for a summer's night. For tickets, call the box office at 575-336-4800 or online at spencertheater.com.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And now, through June 30th, get 0% APR for 84 months and up to $2,500 off BX23S tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
Hungry Horse Environmental Services in Lovington is looking to hire operators, environmental technicians, and labor hands. Pay will be based upon experience. Stop by 4024 Plains Highway in Lovington to fill out an application today. Hungry Horse Environmental Services of Lovington is an equal opportunity employer.
Hobbs Express is hiring certified and non-certified CDL drivers, and we are looking for friendly, good drivers like you. If you are interested, apply at hobbsandm.org today. We have lots of benefits. As a Hobbs Express CDL driver, you would enjoy 11 paid holidays, including a floating holiday, health, life, dental, and vision insurance, and an annual $6,000 incentive for maintaining your CDL. Be part of a team that is heavily involved in the community, supports our youth population all year long, and is a great place to start or grow your career all the way through retirement. Apply online at hobbsandm.org. The City of Hobbs is a drug and alcohol-free workplace and an equal opportunity employer.
Cavern Fest returns to downtown Carlsbad on Friday, June 7th and Saturday, June 8th. This free, family-friendly street festival has fun for the entire family to enjoy, from live music, activities, food trucks, vendors, and so much more. Visit our event website, www.cavernfest.com, for more details. Thank you to our sponsors, Chevron, XTO, ConocoPhillips, C&B Bank, and many more. Paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
She's like Texas, and she likes me.
Be in the Breakfast Club. The human brain starts working the moment you are born and never stops. Unless you're Tom A.
Did you just have a brain fart?
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to B and the Breakfast Club.
Now with the most information for you to start your day.
Wow.
Guaranteed.
Today's show is brought to you by Summer Bodies. Only 1% of the population have them, but we have to see them all day on social media.
Wow. Thank you. Brand new sponsor. See the way that works? All right, 16 minutes after the hour of 8 p.m. The Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. They can dry clean your clothes, start your clothes up, keep you looking good. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and in Hobbs, online at allamericans.net. Wildlife officials in Colorado said they had to tranquilize a mother bear so they could rescue her cub from a wired fence. It was caught up in the fence. These bears took such a beating that they thought they were playing football in Chicago. That's how bad it was. Officers were able to use a catch pole to keep the bear cub, and they cut the wires away, and they were able to let it run free. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like kind of like a massage parlor in downtown Denver. There was a happy ending to the story. Thank God, Colorado. Kathy Hochul is the governor of New York.
Yep.
And is ditching the MTA congestion pricing plan, whatever the hell that was. And insiders saying she's worried that it's not the right time for New Yorkers to face a cost of living crisis. Yeah.
Well,
By the way, New Yorkers need to cash in on medical bills. I mean, they could get stabbed or shot or, God forbid, what else in New York. And legendary racer, the oldest living Indianapolis 500 champion, Pernelli Jones, died Tuesday, 90 years old.
Guess he's not the oldest living anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Spirit airline passenger managed to track down her stolen luggage after it vanished from a Florida airport. She had one of those Apple watches in the suitcase. Who does that? I mean, I get putting an Apple tag in there, but a watch?
Well,
You're asking somebody to open it up and steal a watch.
Yeah, it's people that want to file an insurance claim.
Yeah. By the way, it turns out that it was at the home of a airport worker. He took it off him. Yeah. Yeah. He has been arrested and he has been fired.
Oh, good.
Well, at least that does happen. Yeah, I had a friend of the wife, and they put $20,000 in their check-in bag and their jewelry in their check-in bag, and it was gone. Somebody stole it in one of the countries they,
Imagine
and
that.
I said, who does that? Well, they didn't want to have it on their person because it was over the limit. And I'm going, okay, you carry 10 and your husband carries 10.
Yep.
And by the way, everybody knows when you're traveling like that, $9,990 is the amount that you're looking for.
Right.
Anything over that, they can come back on you.
And
Not cool.
So would you rather have the money and split it up like that, or put it in a bag and have it gone?
Thank you. Yeah. All right, Tom, on the text, we're going to get to the boondoggle. Talking to Matt Getz. And a lot of this story, I'm not going to even read the story, but the premise of the story is nothing, and they're trying to make it out to be that Donald Trump has lost votes in New Mexico. I'll get to that next.
All right, you guys are missing the point, says this one text. It's completely the point, completely a Pride Month. It isn't to celebrate anyone's sexual preference. It's to make money off of the people. Think about it. They don't ever give any merchandise away at Target or Walmart. They sell everything. It's just another money grab, says.
Yeah, but are they making money like at parades?
Don't know.
Are they making money by flying the pride flag at our state capital? It's more an agenda that's being pushed.
Yep. And the way go ahead, B.
No, I just said that's my opinion.
And the way I see it, this one text is saying, you're pushing your sexuality onto people. That's sexual harassment, says the text. Okay?
So you're saying the Pride Month is?
The Pride Month.
Yeah.
And the 1860 snowstorm was due to global warming or cyclical weather, the text is asking, B? You talked about it in your...
Yes, same thing.
Yeah.
It's the weather patterns of the planet are all cyclical.
Yeah. They come and go.
Everything.
They change.
You know, they've been throwing everything on Donald Trump for, I don't know how many years, and every time the Democrats have tried it, it's backfired horribly, and they're just putting more on a pedestal. The best way to take Donald Trump down is to do nothing, says the texter.
Well, they keep his name in the news.
They sure do.
And, in marketing, they say any news is good news.
Right.
So.
And then
good
we had
news,
one other one that I'm going to do because Tom can't decipher
do
photos.
Oh,
and it's a photo of Joe Biden there saying, my family is very religious. I'm a devout Catholic and my son is a Crystal Methodist.
Okay.
Talking about Hunter.
Right. Crystal meth. Okay.
And my daughter is showering of love.
That's a crazy Mexican family, man.
Criminal family.
Syndicate. So,
yep. Organized crime.
Enterprise. Yep. That's what you'd call them. All right, boondoggle. Matt Getz. Talking about, money, the way they steal money from taxpayers. So a pound of food that's being sent to Gaza, how much do you think that should cost? I mean, because it should be staples, right? We're not talking about steaks.
Right.
It should be like
who knows
dry
what?
goods.
Well, who knows what they're sending because they know that Hamas is stealing 80% of it.
Right.
Yeah. So listen to the price tag on a pound of supplies. Here's Matt Getz.
Boondoggle in foreign policy executed by President Biden. And this time, it's the decision we've made to become the Port Authority of Gaza. This pier has been a debacle at a cost of $320 million. In 2 weeks, we have not even distributed 1,000 metric tons of food aid. And in 3 months, the entire pier has to be dismantled because of rising seas and impermissible weather conditions. So at most, we're going to be able to deliver about 7,000 metric tons of food at a cost of $320 million. Now, I don't know much about what a metric ton is, but I know what the price per pound is. This is $20,730 a pound for food. So if you are in, preparations for your summer barbecue and you think your grocery bills are too high, know that you, the American taxpayer, are incurring debt to send food to Gaza at a cost of $20,730 a pound. I yield back.
Does that sound right, Tom? You think that's
a
the
lot
price?
of money. Yeah, I think so. By the time you
You
ship
think
it,
the price
and
is
everything.
right?
Yeah.
You think it's okay?
Well, heck no, man.
$20,000 a pound. Blake, you're very quiet over there. What happened?
I just watching
Blown
Tom
away.
trying to figure it out. 20. What?
He was about to argue with himself.
I know
again.
he was. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be circular. But no, $20,000 a pound.
Yeah.
You think about that for just a minute. You can't caviar.
Right.
It's not $20,000 a pound. Well,
So-
it might be a pound.
An
but-
ounce.
Here's the way that works. Joe Biden gets 10,000. Zelensky gets 5. So it's really 5,000 a pound, which is still high.
Yeah.
And
Well, especially if
know,
you're talking, because you're talking, like you said, staples. So there's going to be a lot of
Staples.
grains in there, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And stuff that at best would be, I don't know, $5 to $10 a pound.
Oh, if that. Yeah, if that. I mean, you're buying it by the bulk.
Well, how much is rice?
Go to the store,
I mean,
it's a buck.
a 50-pound bag.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how much rice. My family here.
Right.
They go through 25 kilos of rice. So that's what, 50
About 80
plus
about 54 pounds.
No, it's 50 plus pounds.
A lot of rice, bro.
No,
and that lasts them about 3 weeks.
Okay.
True story.
Yeah. $16.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, 25 kilos of rice is...
Well, we
I don't
bought
know,
a lot of rice.
2,000 pesos, which is
A
$10.
lot of rice.
See, so we recently bought a 50-pound bag of rice, just basmati rice, just regular rice, and it was $22, which was up from $18.
Right.
Wow.
So it's a little cheaper here, but still, that's. Oh, and my dogs eat rice too. So my dogs eat rice 3 times a day, meat and rice. That's their food. A little soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, some gravy, whatever. All right, they tried making this out to be a big deal. And as I looked at it on KRQE, I was like, okay, what's the deal? Who cares? So the story, the headline says, Haley, Christie, and others take votes away from Trump and the New Mexico primary. I hate to tell you, but this lady I've never heard of took votes away from Biden in the primary.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of undecided votes in the primary. There was a category under Biden that said undecided something. I don't remember exactly. So this is a non-story. Donald Trump got 78,000 votes in New Mexico. Haley got about 8%, about 8,000.
Okay, so Joe Biden in New Mexico got 110,000 votes.
Right.
Marianne Williamson got almost 9,000 votes, and uncommitted got 12,877 votes.
And so that's pretty much the same numbers of undecided people that besides Trump and the Republican Party.
Well, not really. Because, like I said, this Marianne Williamson got 8,900. The highest other than Trump was Nikki Haley with only 8,000.
Right.
Okay, Chris Christie got 2,400, and Vivek Ramaswamy got 883, so less than 1,000. And uncommitted in the Republican Party was only 3,000.
30%.
Yeah.
The point is, it must have been a slow day because this is a non-story.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Look, Donald Trump got 78,000 votes in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest, when it comes time for the regular election, there could be people that are Democrats that will vote for him. They couldn't vote for him in the primary. I think they might vote for him.
Well, and one of the interesting things, and we really didn't hit on it that much, was Nella Domenici got a little over 79,500 votes.
Right.
And Martin Heinrich only got 122,000 votes.
Got shot
in his primary.
And that will be the same in that primary, that there will be people that will vote for Nella that are Democrats.
Right.
Name recognition. They remember, and Martin Heinrich is far from being, a Pete Domenici.
Yes.
Let's just throw that out there. Far. Yeah, very far.
He's more of an Anthony Weiner.
Yeah. Representative Byron Donalds kind of upset because Joe Biden and Hakeem Jeffries lied about what he said. And he didn't say that people of color are better off. They are better, that people were better off back during Jim Crow days. So here's what he did say, and he's correcting Joe Biden.
America, Joe Biden's campaign is lying to you once again, and they're gaslighting. Now they're trying to say that I said black people were doing better under Jim Crow. I never said that. They are lying. But why would you be surprised? Because they always lie. This is the same Joe Biden that said, if you don't vote for him, then you ain't black. The man is a liar. Sorry, just call it what it is. What I said is that you had more black families under Jim Crow. And it was the Democrat policies under HEW, under the welfare state, that did help to destroy the black family. That's what I said. And I also said you're seeing a reinvigoration of black families today in America. And that is a good thing. So don't listen to the lies from the Biden administration. I know what I said, and I'll say it straight to camera.
I love that guy. I would take him as a vice president. I really would. Smart, articulate. I love that guy. Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters talks about the jury. And he points out some things that you might not know about this jury and the Hunter Biden case. And this is why I said I don't think they'll find him guilty, because I think there are people that are compassionate to Hunter Biden being a drug addict. Here's what he had to say.
ABC News reports one juror's childhood best friend died from a heroin overdose. Another juror has an alcoholic brother-in-law. He called it a disease. Brother-in-law is now dead. One juror's dad was shot dead, and his brother was arrested for narcotics possession. Another juror pled guilty to a DUI. Another juror had an older brother addicted to PCP and heroin, but doesn't think people should own guns if they're addicted to drugs. Although another juror says weed's no big deal and you should be able to buy a gun on it. And another juror worked for the Secret Service. Her husband still in the Secret Service. Ashley Biden reportedly smiling when she heard that. Oh, and there's an Obama donor as an alternate. So 6 men, 6 women, majority African American, and we'll decide what happens next.
So he has a African American, jury in this case. And me personally believe that they will probably take pity on Hunter Biden. We'll see how it works out. So I didn't know that it was pretty much a all-black jury.
No, I didn't either.
I had no idea. Biden campaign. What's the difference in the two campaigns? Besides the cognitive ability, maybe? I don't know. But this guy points out the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and he is way off.
We can rely on these anonymous sources. We can rely on these Republicans that do not want to talk about Donald Trump and all of the issues that I have with him or what they have with him, or we can talk about the merits of both candidates. Here's what Joe Biden is doing. He is meeting with foreign leaders right now across the country or across Europe, and Donald Trump is at Mar-a-Lago. So that's the choice.
Well, he was forced to. They flew him over for D-Day, or he wouldn't be over there.
Right.
Yeah,
and he left immediately.
Yeah, Donald Trump has actually had foreign leaders come to him to talk to him. So I'm not buying into that. Hot mic moment. Did you hear the hot mic moment, Senator Joni Ernest?
Yes.
This is funny. I'm going to play it twice so everybody gets it. So in case you didn't know, Joe Biden actually said that his uncle was eaten by cannibals.
Right.
Where is that, New Delhi?
Africa somewhere.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's New Delhi. That his plane went down, and they,
think that's right.
Yeah, they
New Guinea.
New Guinea. Yes, New Guinea. It was in the damn neighborhood, okay? But Joni Ernest, Senator, they're leaving a meeting, and they're on the podium. They're doing a press conference, and I guess she forgot the mic was on. And she turns to somebody, and this is what she said.
Bottom line, never trust a man whose uncle was eaten by cannibals. Bottom line, never trust a man whose uncle was eaten by cannibals.
Yeah, no doubt. Hot mic moment. And, yeah. That's funny. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. Half-naked man crashes his car and now is going into jail because he actually crashed the car into the jail. Martin County Sheriff's Office. Joseph Leedy, 48 years old, half-naked and acting erratically, also made some alarming statements. Video captured the moment that he drove his car right into the jail parking lot, up the walkway, and through the glass lobby door. By God. Of course, the cameras at the correctional facility, they caught the whole thing. They came out and they confronted the suspect after he crashed right through the doors. He threw a rubber snake at him. And his cell phone. He was half naked. Did I mention that?
You did.
Yeah. By the way, crashing a car into a detainment center, you might not have any brain cells, but you're going to spend a lot of time in jail cells. He was described as half naked. By the way, his cellmate is going to love that fact. They're going to love it. Average amount you'll get on Social Security in the United States, $1,298. That's average.
Yep.
63. If you wait to 63, $1,339. 64, 1,460. 65, 1,563. 66, 1,740. If you wait to 67, 1,884.
Whoa.
So at 70, you'll get $2,038.
And you can have a full-time job too, can't you be?
No. There is a limit on what you can make.
Well, after 65, that goes away.
Huh.
Yeah. After 65, you can make unlimited.
Okay.
They don't want the money back. So that's what you're working for right there. Now,
that sure doesn't come out. That sure doesn't come out to that $20 an hour minimum wage.
No, it sure doesn't. Now, me personally, I was blessed. I retired at 62, and when I retired, I got $2,200, I think. Now, I mean, I've had raises since then, but the average would be at 62 years of age, $1,298. How would you live on $1,298?
I don't think you can. There are very few.
Tom,
well, you might be able to, but there's very few places you can.
What's your plan, Tom?
I'm retired.
Well, and that's what I said. What's the plan?
I'm retired.
Oh, good. God bless you. All right, we got to do the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics medical professionals on staff. It all begins with the deep dive into your blood work. If you are having hormonal problems, maybe your testosterone is so low, begins with the blood work. A lot of guys will tell me, man, I want to get on some of that testosterone. It's like, yeah, well, go get the blood work done so they can find out where you are. And the cool thing about getting the blood work done, look, they spend an abundance of time with you going through every element, every panel of that blood work. They have the lab right there in their location, 3900 North Lovington Highway. So if you're having hormonal problems, go talk to them. If you're low testosterone, go talk to them. And if you're living in pain, they have an answer for that. They offer stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and hormonal optimization. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Check them out today. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
So a man walked up to a camping and outdoor stores in the UK and did a number 2 right in front of their gate. Now, it's unclear why he did it. So we don't know if he specifically targeted that shop or anyone who worked there, or if it was just a crime of necessity. Either way, he was not worried about being caught. The store is called Little Movers. And they looked at security footage.
Well, something was moving.
That apparently showed the guy defecating outside their gate for 40 minutes.
Ooh, that's a long one.
Yeah, maybe he had the paper with him. I don't know. They joked, quote, "We're little movers, not little poopers."
Man.
Now, the shop is sharing footage in hopes that someone will recognize the guy and he can realize that that was not cool.
Did you say 40 minutes?
40 minutes.
My wife would have been knocking on the door. Are you okay in there?
Oh, public defecation everywhere is illegal, but it doesn't sound like the police are actively investigating it.
Except in California.
Yeah, and
pooping on the street is okay.
For being a little pooper in front of little movers, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. 842, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. They've got everything that you need if you're living on a farm or ranch. All the feed. Certified Purina dealer. They've got you covered there. They have workwear. Looking good, Western wear. And they have a full-service hardware store right there in their location. Outside the annex building, they've got everything, the pumps, and, if you're looking for like a water pump, they got you covered there. They also have cattle guards and gates and everything if you're living on a farm or a ranch. Check them out, RoswellLivestock.com, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Online at RoswellLivestock.com or Lincoln County Mercantile up there in Capitan. Hot day today. It's going to get up to 101, 71 tonight, 10% chance of rain, and then 100 tomorrow. California forced to repay millions of dollars after taxpayer-funded health care to non-citizens. California owes the federal government tens of millions of dollars for incorrectly claiming medical care reimbursement for non-citizens. Federal audit found it, and now California owes federal government $53 million. By the way, California's like, man, we got a $73 billion deficit. Get in line. Wait your turn. Okay? We'll get to that. Tom, anything on the text line? We've got a break.
All right. No, the sad thing about it, B, is if you took every Republican that voted for all the Republican candidates together, we still don't beat Joe Biden alone.
Well, yes, but there are a lot of independents and Democrats who won't vote for Joe Biden.
And a lot
so
on
it's
the
very,
fence.
very possible that they move over to Donald Trump.
Yeah, very possible. Smokey in Arizona. How can they expect people to go from $1,200 a week paycheck to $1,200 a month? That's crazy as hell, says Smokey in Arizona this morning.
Oh, my Lord. Joe Biden looks like he's totally freaking lost. I mean, it is embarrassing.
Yep.
And there's nothing creepier than Kevin's forced laugh. He sounds like the corpse in Tales from the Dark Side. Says the text. He's laughing at you.
Well, I think you meant the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, the Crypt. Yeah, there you go. I've never seen that movie. Boy, John in Carlsbad says, I'm an independent and can't wait till I can vote for a felon. Says John in Carlsbad.
I can't wait either.
And there you go, B. Oh, this other one says, you know what? That makes me so mad. I work 2 jobs and my fridge is empty. It's either people getting all the EBT money from summer, extra EBT for the kids, and working class gets poo-poo. Now,
by the way, if it makes you feel better, I'm just trying to make you feel better, okay? If it makes you feel better, people coming across the border getting $5,000 debit cards and free housing and free food and free medical care. I'm trying to make you feel better, okay?
Yeah, you're not going to.
And you're paying for it. Every one of us is paying for it.
And the
We're
text
just trying to make you feel better, all right?
goes on to say, the text goes on to say, not sending all this other to the countries is what is the matter with everything, says the text. Not happy about it. B?
Oh, Lord. I mean, is that your guy? I mean, liberal, please, is that your guy? It's like he doesn't even know where the hell he's at. I mean, I'm serious. I look at everybody else up there.
That's their guy. I'm telling you though, he's gonna step away right before their convention, and they're gonna put someone else.
A friend of mine said he feels in his bones that Biden's going to win again. I said, don't say that, buddy, because, we don't need that.
So. No. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We'll qualify you for the cash. News this morning being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and The Grill. The Grill is serving up breakfast as we speak right now. Get in there for the platters. If you like biscuits and gravy, I've been told their biscuits and gravy is awesome. They also have burritos. And while you're there, you've got to pick up maybe some beef jerky or some smoked meats. And then come back and get the burger patties.
Yes.
And, custom cut meats and all that stuff.
It's a whole box of Chuck patties.
Oh, you bought some of these.
They're really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the cool thing is they're frozen. You just use them as you need them.
Yep.
And that's super, super cool. Go and like them on Facebook right now. That way you get the daily lunch special and the weekly meat market special. 1422 South Main in Lovington. Call ahead, 575-739-7778. We're coming back. We're B and the Breakfast Club qualifying you for cash. News coming up. Good news of the day's on the way, and a special guest will be in the studio around 9:06, 9:10 this morning. It's 8:48.
Call now. Thank you for calling. Blowout contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout contest on W105.
Call now.
Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Here's what's happening on your Thursday. With Hannah Gutierrez-Reed now convicted in the Rust movie set shooting, the state looking to force her to help take down actor Alec Baldwin. State prosecutors filed this motion on Monday asking the judge to force the convicted armorer to testify against Baldwin. A prop gun held by Baldwin discharged, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins in the 2021 Rust movie set shooting. The 66-year-old Baldwin charged with involuntary manslaughter and up to 18 months in prison, the same charge Gutierrez-Reed was convicted of in March. Fire departments responded to an active fire of a shed in Hobbs. That took place Tuesday. Hobbs Fire responding first and found the shed engulfed, that with flames around. The fire was in the area of South Landfill Road and East Marland Street. Additional support was called to assist the first unit, including the Knowles Fire Department. The fire was marked as under control in about 30 minutes after the initial response. Those flames and firefighting response did not result in any reported injuries. That investigation into the fire continues on. Well, the Indios fire is at 11,500 acres, and they're saying it's 66% completed. That's located 7 miles north of Coyote. Operations have moved into suppression repair. The fire is expected to remain within the current footprint. Fire behavior will be limited to smoldering. Now, today and tomorrow, we'll see warming temps. It'll prompt consumption of any remaining green fuels in the fire perimeter. Over the weekend, the increased threat of showers and storms will decrease fire weather conditions. Now, across the forecast area, as far as smoke is concerned, good air quality conditions are expected in any areas where interior heat remains within the fire perimeter. Light dispersed smoke may be visible. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Cavern Fest returns to downtown Carlsbad on Friday, June 7th and Saturday, June 8th. This free family-friendly street festival has fun for the entire family to enjoy. From live music, activities, food trucks, vendors, and so much more. Visit our event website, www.cavernfest.com, for more details. Thank you to our sponsors, Chevron, XTO, ConocoPhillips, C&B Bank, and many more. Paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
She's like Texas, and she likes me.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Get ready for a night of Nuevo Flamenco music as we welcome Otmar Liebert and his band Luna Negra to the Spencer Theater in Alto, New Mexico on Saturday, June 8th. Described as Spanish gypsy with contemporary grooves, this concert is perfect for a summer's night. For tickets, call the box office at 575-336-4800 or online at spencertheater.com.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling, LLC. Over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Let's get it on!
You're a lot smarter than I look.
We asked Southeast New Mexico what they wanted in a morning show, and they told us. We're tired of being asked what we want in a morning show. All right.
Both of us were banging our heads like two 16-year-olds, yelling at each other.
Be in the Breakfast Club. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
It's wedding season. You know what that means. Receptions, cover bands, and dancing. Worried your bust of moves are more bust than moves? The Wedding Dance Academy will teach you every spin, step, and twist you need to become the life of the Radisson Conference Room. The conga.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga.
The Macarena. The drunken stumble. The duck and cover when the bride catches you in the coat closet with the groom.
Debbie, how could you?
The grab the mic from the cover band to shriek your favorite song.
Oh, sweet Caroline.
The Wedding Dance Academy. Looking terrible, never looked so smooth.
8:52. We are being the Breakfast Club. Tom, you took some of those dance classes, didn't you?
He's not back yet.
Damn, I have no idea what the guy's waiting on.
I had to scuffle him off to get to them, and he's still taking them, I guess. He's on his way back. I think I hear him coming.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. By the way, apologizing for any inconvenience. You know, about 3 weeks ago, they had some issues with their card reader. And, harsh environment out here in southeast New Mexico. Very tough with that blowing dust and the hot weather and cold weather. They've got that fixed. They've upgraded the system. It's working. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they're ready to go. So if you need fuel and you're on 128, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down to the Twin Wells Fuel Station, covered area, large facility. They accept all major credit cards, debit cards, and WEX cards. They remind you, drive safe. Be safe on the road from the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Another day in paradise, be on the Breakfast Club. Blake, who's coming up? Who's going to be on in a little bit with us?
Yeah, she is Diane Franco B, and she has a youth ministry that will perform a ballet performance on Noah. That happens on Sunday. And the neat thing about this ministry is they're raising, the kids that are part of it are raising money to buy Bibles to give after the show. She'll tell us more about that coming up at 9:06.
All right. The battle between Disney and Ron DeSantis is over. Disney poised to spend $17 billion. They're investing $17 billion in Florida, including a fifth amusement park after dropping the fight against DeSantis. See, the big guy doesn't always win. Well, I mean, look, DeSantis is like, you guys get all these tax advantages, you get this, you get that, right. And you're going to have to pay. There's got to be a win-win for the state and a win-win for Disney, and nobody has ever told Disney that. They thought they were too big. They actually said, we'll just move out of Florida.
They weren't moving.
I think, after looking at all that, they weren't going anywhere.
Did you know that Disney actually, in their contract and everything, they could actually put in their own nuclear power plant?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Isn't that scary as hell?
Yes.
Crazy. A couple stories to get to. Parents asked the Supreme Court to intervene in the battle against a Wisconsin school district over the transgender policies. A group of Wisconsin parents asking the Supreme Court to intervene and overturn the district policy that allows parents to be kept in the dark if their kid decides that they want to be transgender. Parents want the Supreme Court to recognize that they have a standing challenge against the Eau Claire area school district policy That does not require parents be notified if their kid is transitioning or using a different pronouns or actually starting to get some type of hormone blockers. Mom and dad not in charge anymore, evidently.
Well, I mean, Claire is just following the lead of Madison there in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Oh, probably so. Most definitely. We talked about this story yesterday. Now the number is up to 47 Somali immigrants stealing $250 million in food from children. The number keeps growing, but don't worry about it. They are bribing people. They offered, what was it, $120,000 to the jurors?
In cash, in a little shopping bag.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Bundles of cash.
And where did that come from?
Yeah. If we have not become a third world country, we are on the way. California fast food rate hike. Remember they raised, was it $20 fast food restaurants?
$20 an hour. $20 an hour.
And many fast food restaurants on the verge of shutting down. California franchisee Alex Johnson estimates the restaurant's locations that he's about $470,000 out of money that he would have made last year because of this new wage. And he said, $20 an hour, what's going to happen is that we're going to end up using less and less people.
Yes.
Automation. Automation could be coming to you. Can't wait for that. Yeah. Then who do you complain to? That's the problem. Albuquerque
you can call
police.
the hotline.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Albuquerque police charged 2 men with the 2021 Halloween murder 3 years ago. They were, still searching for a second suspect. Albuquerque Police Department say 28-year-old Ray Torres turned himself into police. They're looking for the second suspect. They already know who this guy is. His name is Alexander Gutierrez. Police say this happened in 2021 at a Halloween party. Video shows gunfire erupted, and the victim, Lorenzo Romero, fell to the ground. Most of that is caught on video. Both of those guys have been charged with murder. Tom and the text, our number 877-396-W105.
Mad Dog says Minnesota and Michigan now are our new third world states, he says this morning. And another text says, I've been a Democrat voter in the past, but this year I'm going to vote Republican. The horrible economy and the ramp crime and border security has my mind made up.
Amen.
This person
Amen.
says, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your political party of the past is.
And on the way to work this morning, I was listening to Biden, and he sounded like he was a madman or threatening someone as he spoke this morning. This is James and Eunice. We'll probably get that soundbite later. And not this is Brian from Hobbs says, no, it's not 67 years old. You can make all you want, but not at 65, he says.
No, it is 67 that you can make all you want, not 65.
Yeah, it's 67.
I thought it was 65.
Well, they keep upping all that. They don't want you to ever take a dime. So,
right. So this text is saying, I seen this TikTok where a guy was talking about Trump being a felon, and if he becomes president, that all the work applications should remove the felon box. What's your take on that? Asked the text.
Why should they remove it? You just click yes and explain it. Don't lie about it.
Yeah. There you go. Tom, give the ex-Democrat number so I can buy him a beer, says the texter. Hey.
That's D-Lo.
There's D-Lo. Okay.
That's why there's names up top?
Right, I see it. By the way, I'm doing good on that diet there, D-Lo. I ran into him in a grocery store the other day, and he suggested some stuff for me.
D-Lo, what was in his cart?
Yeah,
that's what we really want to know.
Fruit and veggies and yogurt.
What veggies, Tom?
Lettuce, tomatoes, that stuff. D-Lo, testify, baby, testify. And there we go, B.
All right, so let's talk about this. Are we going to go to the guests and then come back for the good news of the day, and then we'll do?
She is here, so sure. I mean, why not? We can do that.
All right, let's take a break. Then we'll come back and talk to her, and then we'll come back and do the good news and a couple other stories and work it that way.
All right.
And then we'll go in the Tradio.
Okay.
Following that.
That'll work.
902 KWMW, Malmore, 105.1 FM. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Brand new sponsor of the show, A Custom Construction and Roofing. If you're looking for somebody to take care of your roof, you had roof damage with that basketball-sized hail Tom A was talking about. That'll do some serious.
Yes.
That'll do some serious damage. Yes. Look, they are the insurance specialists. They are licensed, bonded, and insured, locally owned and operated by a veteran with over 30 years' experience. They've got an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They offer free estimates. Call Dwayne Pennick today, 575-318-9725. And look, these guys work with insurance companies every day. Yeah. So they are insurance specialists, and they would love to chat with you about your situation. You might have hail damage, or maybe it's just 20 years has gone by and your roof is not what it used to be. Get in touch with Dwayne Pennick today, 575-318-9711. A Custom Construction and Roofing. They urge you to be very aware of unlicensed out-of-town contractors, because once they're gone, and so is your warranty. They are. A Custom Construction and Roofing. Give Dwayne Pennick a call, 575-318-9722. We're coming right back. We're B and the Breakfast Club.
Fox News. I'm Chris. D-Day invasion of Normandy, France, to help turn the tide against Germany in World War II, 80 years ago today. President Biden at a ceremony in Normandy.
From the sea and sky, nearly 160,000 Allied troops descended on Normandy. Many, to state the obvious, never came home.
Around 200 surviving D-Day veterans, the honored guests there today. Day 4 of Hunter Biden's federal gun trial in Delaware.
The prosecution could wrap up their case today against Hunter Biden, but still plan to call 6 more witnesses. One of those witnesses could be Hallie Biden, the widow of Hunter's brother, Beau Biden. She's the one who disposed of the gun at the center of this case.
Fox's Brooks Singman, the president's son's accused of lying about drug use on a form to buy that gun. Stocks are flat to start the day on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Laura Boyd of Rio Grace Landscaping and Garden Center in Lovington. Take some time to browse 5,000 square feet of plants, shrubs, and flowers. Shop for shade trees to beat the summer heat. And get your garden goods, fruit trees, herbs, companion plants, fertilizer, top and garden soil, plus organic compost. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday and on Sunday by appointment. Call us today at 575-396-7464. And come on down to 4 Crockett Road just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway. Rio Grace, your garden and landscape professionals.
Everyone is a kid at Cliffs.
I'm a Cliffs kid.
My mom was a Cliffs kid. My dad was a Cliffs kid. My brother and sister are Cliffs kids.
Even my grandma was a Cliffs kid.
Be a kid. Get your tickets at cliffsamusementpark.com.
Over 30 rides and attractions
makes Cliffs a blast for everyone. You never have to choose at Cliffs. You get it all.
Get your tickets at cliffsamusementpark.com.
Be one with fun!
This is Davis Smith, the Gorilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Did you know the Spencer Theater is a nonprofit organization? And our biggest fundraiser of the year, the Taste of the Spencer, is just around the corner. Join us for dinner and a fundraising auction led by Texas State champion auctioneer Clay Golden on June 15th on the Spencer stage. For tickets, call the box office at 575-336-4800 or online at spencertheater.com.
Drilling Brake Auto Repair LLC is a professional auto repair shop offering high-quality automotive maintenance and repairs in Carlsbad. They specialize in diesel and gas mechanical services, auto and AC repair, tune-ups, brake replacement, diagnostics, and more. They have many years of experience in this industry, and they have a team of highly skilled mechanics that can get the job done right the first time. Give them a call at 575-725-8882 or find them on the web at carlsbadautomechanic.com for Drilling Brake Auto Repair.
This week at La Tienda Carlsbad, 40-ounce packages of Sugardale bacon for $7.89 each, family pack boneless top sirloin steak $5.99 a pound, family pack center cut pork chops $2.89 a pound, and family pack chicken fryer thighs or drumsticks for just 79 cents a pound. Get 6-ounce packages of blueberries, blackberries, or raspberries, 2 for $5. 1.5-pound bags of Mountain King potatoes, 2 for $4. 2-pound containers of red ripe strawberries for $2.99 each. And Garden Fresh cantaloupes, just 99 cents a piece. Deli deals include beef bologna or oven-roasted turkey breast for $6.99 a pound, Virginia smoked ham for $5.49 a pound, and fresh rotisserie chickens for $7.49 each. Sale ends June 8th at La Tienda Thriftway, 1301 South Canal in Carlsbad.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Bee and the Breakfast Club, the radio version of Hooked on Phonics.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Text now 877-396-W105 to talk to Bee and the Breakfast Club.
Another day in paradise. It's 9:09. We'll take one more break coming up in a second. Have a special guest in the studio. It's all yours, Blake.
And I'm going to let you introduce yourself this morning. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Diana Franco, and I am the director and the teacher for Dancing in His Footsteps Ministries.
All right.
So how did that start?
Yeah.
Well, years ago, I had, actually, many, many years ago, I was in dance as a child growing up. And what happened was later on, I purchased a dance studio in Hobbs.
Right.
And I did that for about 14 years.
Okay.
And in raising my family, I took a break for a little bit. But, you know, once dancing is in your blood, you can never get rid of it.
Right.
And I just love it. And so anyway, when I had my studio, God moved me in a way to where we started doing Bible stories with our dance.
Okay.
And so that's where it started. And now I'm currently, I'm still doing that.
Okay.
However, we are a dance ministry, and we're also a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
Because I want to give all families in our surrounding areas and community an opportunity to come in and learn about the Lord. Primarily, that's our focus.
Okay.
And then also, they're also learning about ballet technique, and worshiping. So I get all the dance technique and I put it into worship dance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is that more of like an interpretive type dance, or is it more structured ballet style, or how does that work?
Yes, we have classical and lyrical ballet. It's actual ballet dancing.
Okay.
It's not just movements with arms or anything like that.
Right.
And so what we're doing this year is we took the story of Noah's Ark, and we incorporated all the ballet dancing into the story of Noah's Ark.
Okay.
And also, we're going to have pastors there that are going to be preaching throughout.
Now we're talking about there. Where is there?
Mm-hmm. We are going to be performing at Tidings Auditorium in Hobbs.
Okay.
At the high school auditorium on Sunday, June 9th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
It starts at 2. It's free admission to all.
Okay.
So you can bring your entire family.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you collecting a donation or anything like that, or an offering, or?
We are not at the auditorium. However, if anyone feels led to donate, they're welcome to donate. And what we do with those donations, 100%, is we purchase Bibles with them.
Okay.
Because we're a nonprofit organization and a dance ministry, what we do is we present the Word of God through our dancing.
Right.
And then the kids are also singing.
Okay.
They are also reading Bible verses. And all along, they've been learning this all school year about the story of Noah and everything. And so what happens is, in addition to that, all school year, they are raising money.
Okay.
They're doing fundraising. And what they do with that money is we purchase children's Bibles.
Okay.
We are very blessed because the Gideons are a huge part of what we do.
Sure.
They make donations to us for English and Spanish Bibles.
Okay.
Because after we're presenting the dances,
Right.
they gift the people the Bibles.
Oh, nice.
So
So
we
the
just
people who
give
come
them
to
away.
see the performance.
Yes. So when they come, we're inviting everyone to come this Sunday. When you come, you're going to receive the word and be blessed in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you'll be receiving a free Bible.
Wow.
Adult Bibles, children's Bibles. We even have these really cool placemats for kids that are pretty young, and it
Right.
tells the story, a Bible story on their placemat. It gives a great reason, a great conversation piece at the dinner table.
Right.
When families, are sitting there together, that they can look on the placemat and do the activity on the placemat.
That's pretty cool.
So that's what we're all about. We're just out about going into the world and preaching the good news. That's what Mark 16:15 says. It says, go into the world and preach the good news to everyone.
Uh-huh.
And so what I'm doing is I'm teaching kids how to be godly leaders in their community.
Right. Now, how do you get the kids to perform? Do they audition for this? Or how does that happen?
No, if anyone has a heart to serve, to worship God,
Mhm.
everyone's welcome.
Right.
So we've got kids like ages 2 years old all the way up to my women, because some of the ladies, they want to do something great with their children.
Sure.
They want to build memories and,
Sure.
and be a part of what their kids are doing. So we have some moms who participate with their children.
Well, and this is a big production. How many people do you have involved in it?
There's probably about 40
Wow.
people involved, but we
40 days, 40 nights.
right.
Right.
That does go.
Wow, that's a lot. Is it hard to wrangle that many people? Because I don't want to call them volunteers, but essentially they are volunteers, right?
Right. So we practice every Thursday afternoons.
Mm-hmm.
We start about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I take a few children at a time or
Sure.
a few members at a time because we're all learning different dances.
Right.
So it kind of goes on like a class at a time.
Now, there's a church that helps you with that, right?
Yes, Crosswinds Community Church has been very nice to us.
Okay.
And they allow us to use their facilities. They've opened their doors to us, so we are able to rehearse there.
Okay.
Pastor Brad Reimers and Pastor Mick Kavanaugh, they help us out a lot.
Okay.
And so we are able to use their facilities, and that's where our classes take place.
And the kids have been, and you have been preparing for this performance for how long?
For us, all school year. So
All
we
school.
started in August and
Wow.
last year, and now we're ready to present.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. Now, I got
Wow.
a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it. This is a Noah performance and the Ark and stuff like that, you have little critters on the deal, too?
Yes, we do. We have some really cute little critters. We've got we've got penguins, are my little bitty 2 and 3 year olds, and we've got doves, and we've got flamingos, and it's just very colorful, very beautiful.
Wow.
So a lot of good costuming going into
Yeah.
it as well.
Yes.
And so very, very cool. Kevin.
Yes, I was going to ask, how do people find out more information, and how do they get in touch with you?
Yes, sir. My phone number is 575-964-4297, and my email address is inhisfootsteps@gmail.com. So either of those two places, they can get a hold of me. And also, if they want to come out this Sunday, June 9th at 2 p.m., free admission at Tidings in Hobbs, we are going to also have a booth out there where I can meet them personally, answer any questions they may have. And also, there's going to be some registration forms out there available. And that's a great time if you're considering or thinking about maybe doing something like this for your children, to come out and see what we're about on Sunday, June 9th. That way you can see what we're doing and just be a part of that.
Right. And you can sign up for the next performance for next year. Right?
Yes, next year we're going to have a Christmas performance.
Okay.
On December 8th.
So a little shorter time frame to get ready for.
Yes, and then after that we'll have an Easter performance.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
So is this like the eighth annual, ninth annual thing you've been doing every year?
You know, I had my studio for 14 years. And then after that, there was, since then. So I've been doing this for many, many years. I would probably have to say 20 years or so. Yes, sir.
Well, that's pretty good for someone who only looks like they're 20 years old.
Oh,
so that's,
well, I'm a mom of 3. All my kids are grown. I've got a lot of experience with kids. I'm also a 5th grade teacher. And so I'm used to working with all ages.
Right.
And, my classroom's always open. So if parents want to be a part of that or see what we're doing, I'm just saying, you can have a lot of trust in me because I do love what I do working with children.
Sure.
And, the priority here in the dance is to getting the word out.
Right.
To share with the children and just raise them up and help them to have the support that they need to be those godly leaders. And that's what I'm asking too, even if you don't have kids that are interested in dance, to come out and support us because there aren't a lot of places like ours. And sometimes, with children, when they see the support of others, it really encourages them. And we need to encourage our youth that are really taking up the cross and doing what the Word of God is asking them to do.
Right.
That they continue to have that encouragement and just the strength, because we need your prayers. We need your support. We need that from the community because we don't have a lot of that anymore.
Right.
So
do you think, Diane, that as long as you've been doing it, that maybe other communities in the state will take it up and do their own dancing with ministries like that?
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. We pray for the growth that other communities would step up and do this for their kids in their area as well. That's our prayer.
Well, very cool. Again, let's one more time tell people about the performance and if you have an online presence where they can go to find out more.
So the name of the organization is called Dancing in His Footsteps Ministries, and we are presenting the story of Noah's Ark into a ballet. There's going to be classical and lyrical ballet involved, and that's going to be happening on June 9th, this Sunday at Tidings Auditorium at the high school in Hobbs. Free admission. And if you want additional information, my phone number is 575-964-4297. My email address is danceinhisfootsteps@gmail.com. And also, I specialize in all the ballet dancing. So after the first half of the show, we're going to be having an intermission. And the second part, we include the ballet folklorico, which is the ballet in the Mexican folk dancing, but it's called ballet folklorico, and it's all Christian-based as well.
Okay.
All the songs are Christian-based. The girls are amazing, and I always dress them in very appropriate attire. You will never see your kids out there, with any kind of exposure. They're very beautifully dressed and representing God in every possible way.
Well, Diane, thank you so much for coming in today. And I hope everyone comes out and sees the performance.
Sunday at 2 p.m. at Tidings.
Yes, Sunday at 2 p.m. at Tidings. And, come out, support our kids, and also come out and you want to receive prayer and you want to hear a good word. We're going to have English-speaking pastor, Mick Kavanaugh, and we're also going to have a Spanish-speaking pastor, Reyes Carrillo will be there, and he's going to be speaking as well for both our English and our Spanish-speaking audience.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
there you go. Hey, we appreciate you coming in the studio.
You're welcome to hang out here for the rest of the show if you want.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We've got the good news of the day coming up, and you know how police wear body cams?
Yeah.
Another industry is going to start wearing body cams. This might surprise you. We'll get to that coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We'll take the break going into the Tradio. Let's just finish up.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. So TJ Maxx and Marshall's going to start wearing body cams.
Really?
Yeah, because too many crazy things have happened, especially in some of their stores. So they believe that body cams initiative is a good call. And it's just kind of surprising to me that we have come this far. That workers at TJ Maxx and Marshall's are going to be wearing body cams.
That's crazy.
That's a little nuts.
Wow.
Just
wow.
A bit nuts. And they're back, Blake. Remember they had the farmers' protests going on in Europe?
Yes, I do.
They're back. Yeah,
they probably should be. That probably is something that needs to happen.
And they're encouraging farmers of the world to unite, not just in France and in Spain.
They're standing up against these global corporate / governmental entities because their boards are all made up of former government employees,
right.
like Monsanto and all of those. And so, who put a patent on food, who say you can't use a corn seed if it came from them, if you didn't buy it from them.
Right.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg talking about Cuban Americans. Whoopi, the moderator of The View. Is that her job, moderator?
I don't know what she does. What's she do?
Big mouth?
Yeah, but she likened former President Donald Trump to communist dictator Fidel Castro.
I don't remember him ever trying out for baseball.
No, and I don't remember, like, when Donald Trump was in office, he left office, so he wasn't really like a dictator. I don't get where
let's see. Which leader of the United States has tried to prosecute their rivals?
Opponent, yeah.
That would be like Fidel Castro.
Yeah, and this conversation began when Ana Navarro on The View was talking bad about Senator Marco Rubio, who's Cuban-American. His dad fled Cuba to come to come to America during the Revolutionary War in Cuba.
Yep.
And that's when his family, fled Fidel Castro. And Whoopi Goldberg said something about that some Cubans aren't smart enough to bash dictator Trump.
Huh.
If anybody knows about dictators, it's the people that fled Cuba.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And what does she know anyway? She already has cultural appropriation of the Jewish culture,
right,
by taking the last name Goldberg.
Amen. Yep.
I'm just saying.
One more story before we get to the good news of the day. The NAACP threatening American Airlines with a travel ban after now look, this case is a little old. This is like 2017. I don't even know why NAACP is carrying the water for this, but there were 8 black men on the flight. And they removed the 8 black men on the flight because of the smell on the flight. They had other passengers that were complaining about the body odor. And, it troubles me that the NAACP is picking this up because they were black men.
Right.
But they were Middle Eastern men.
Okay.
So why are you... So anyway, they're saying they're going to sue. There's going to be a travel ban on American Airlines and all kind of other stuff. So NAACP, it's a little late to take this to battle. It really is.
I would think.
Yeah. And the Obama ambassador, this guy was the ambassador under Obama, said if Donald Trump is elected, illegal migrants, illegal aliens will flee to Canada to get away from Donald Trump.
Oh, my God. Do you need to give him another bump? Won't that just give Trump a big bump?
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. That's a reason to vote for him right there if they're going to leave.
That's awesome. Bruce Heyman is the guy's name. He was ambassador under Barack.
He thinks that's a bad thing that some of these 17 million illegal are going to leave?
He thinks that's a bad thing.
That alone would make me vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, 928 morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at North Star Laundry. They can take care of all your clothes. They do dry cleaning. They can start your clothes up. They also can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. Wouldn't it be nice not to have to worry about doing any laundry? You just drop it off and then you pick it all back up a couple days later. Wouldn't that be awesome? They could do that. They starch, they dry clean, they can wash, dry, and fold. And look, if you don't want them to do all that, that's fine. They have coin-operated machines at all of their locations and open 7 days a week. 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, 406 West Cedar in Loving. Check them out today. Russ Black and Tradio is on the way. We got to get to the boob of the day first. The good news of the day. Sure. Being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance can take care of all of your insurance. Herschel Rustin Hayes, right across the street from Bob's Thriftway in Lovington.
So a 27-year-old guy in San Diego named Jesus Morales is in the news for his heartwarming TikToks, where he hires workers who are standing outside a Home Depot, and he takes them to Disneyland. And he gives them cash at the end, so they actually go home with money as well. Wow. That's kind of cool. And a guy in Arizona passed away last month, and instead of a funeral, his family threw him a funneral. They say he was a fun-loving guy, so it just made sense. They had bounce houses for kids and other fun stuff, too. He was a huge music fan, so they put on his whole record collection and encouraged everyone to take an album home. Around 500 friends and family showed up for it and all got a free album. That's pretty cool. And finally, a guy vacationing in Virginia Beach lost his wedding ring in the sand. It seems like a lot of that's going on recently. And it was originally his late mother's ring. Wow. So a man with a metal detector combed the whole beach and finally found it on his final pass. And Kevin, that is the good news of the day.
All right, we're going to keep you updated with everything going on. Tradio is coming up next. You guys have a great day. I'm getting some sleep. Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. We're going to head into Tradio. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job. They've got the experience, believe me. They have been our guys when it comes to air conditioning and heating. Our transmitters need a lot of babying, and plus he can take care of you. 575-631-1999. Need help with the air conditioner? 631-1999. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Tradio's up next on W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in